यमुना वनचारी
यमुनातीरावनचारी
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
जय गौरानिताय गौरानिताय गौरानिताय
जय
गौरानिताय
गौरनिताय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय
परिव्रजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमती डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरण भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी ISKCON founder Acharya, Deputy founder Acharya, Savior of the whole world, Srila Prabhupada Ki जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर श्रील प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपिका श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिराज गोवर्धन की ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की मथुरापुरी धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की श्री नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की गंगा मैया की यमुना मैया की भक्ति देवी की श्रीमती तुलसी महारानी की समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा वृंदावन चंद्र की श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्र मैया की श्री श्री गौर की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे all glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shanyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरोन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजाथा सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा। So welcome to our continuation on Srimad Bhagavatam as a part of Bhaktivedanta course, chapter Canto 10th, chapter 61st we discussed yesterday and part of 62nd. Before we proceed, some recollection of yesterday's class without seeing into your notes and what we discussed, mainly that. Yes. Yeah.
Has 16,100 wives. In that, 8 wives were principal wives, main. Their
Yes.
children names were mentioned, and apart from that, Rohini's name was mentioned. Out of 16,100, she was the principal, and 2 of her sons' name was mentioned. Later on, the discussion went to Pradyumna got married to Rukmini.
Yeah, not that kind of revision. Revision means some points that struck you and that inspired you, something like that. That I already said, not from the book. What we discussed, though we did discuss that Krishna had 16,100, but something which was appealing. I mean, that is appealing. Krishna married 16,100. How can we not say that? How can we say that it's not appealing? Krishna will be upset. Okay. Some other? Arjuna Shiv. Is this on?
About the reciprocation of the queens of Dwarka, means the wife of the Lord with the Lord. So then we were discussing about that prema, prema rupa and kama rupa. We were discussing premamaya and kamamaya. Yes. So then we were discussing that Lord was not very much attracted towards their what we call the word I'm forgetting. It mentions that Acharya.
What? Physical beauty.
Physical beauty, but one more something or
demeanor.
Okay.
What?
Deceitful.
Deceitful.
There like glances.
Glances.
So Lord was not much attracted to that, but when it was imbued with the prema, then Lord was attracted. And yesterday our Samarpan Gopu also said that Sarup Sakti. So when the Chitta Sakti, everything Chitta Sakti only. But when Haladini mixes with that, so then that becomes the Sarupa Sakti of the Lord. And that gives the attracts the Lord very much.
Okay.
So that we discussed one.
Thank you. Any other? Okay.
Just like Balram, previously he consoled and Rukmini and still Rukmi. Later he only, similarly Guru also, he may purify us and he may give mercy. So that is the role of Guru. So in that context, Balram's.
Yes. Today morning he told a very nice point. that when you are with magnet, then you get magnetized. When you are chastised, then you should be chaste. You should become chaste. The magnet magnetized, chastise is not chaste. There is no connection in that, but just rhyme.
We discussed about how Sastastakam is divided into the so from Shraddha to Prema. First verse is Shraddha, second is Shraddha,
Sadhu
Sadhu Sangha, Bhajan Kriya, then third.
Third is
Anartha
Bhajan
Nivritti.
Kriya.
Fourth is Anartha Nivritti. Fifth is you said
Nishtha.
Nishtha, and then external, the sixth and
Symptoms
seventh
of perfection.
yes,
And
then
internal.
internal, eight is Prema.
Yes. Any other? Anybody online? Any devotee online?
We should be tied to personal. He was talking about deity worship and how deity worship increases our personalism.
Yes. That will very much help. If you feel anytime impersonalism is dominating and your chanting is becoming quite mechanical, just render a lot of deity worship, then you'll see how chanting will improve. Because so much personal service to Krishna, Radha Krishna, or Gaur-Nitai, whatever, Jagannath Baldeswara, that personalism component will increase in consciousness.
Prabhuji, I had a little query regarding yesterday. Actually, I was attending while doing some collections actually, but that time I
While
couldn't
doing
dance because there was too much of
section that we discussed, huh?
no. I was
So
doing
you were collecting funds. Okay, Mataji.
I was doing dual work, but then when I was actually sitting and waiting outside, so I was thinking that when we are like, see, when I am also doing some deity worship at home, also in temple also, and what my query is that when we are doing deity worship for only that time, the consciousness is so good, but then all the other times in the day, I feel that my consciousness is not that great. Like what when we are doing deity worship, we think hey, Krishna is a person, and we are very careful. We are very attentive also.
Mataji, is she able to hear? It got cut, Mataji. You cut
Uh,
it, or?
no. I'm able to hear you.
But is she able to hear if I answer no?
Yes,
Krishna,
Prabhu. We can hear you.
Yeah. But
Okay,
then
okay.
if you're not
Now
attentive,
I'm able to hear you.
yeah. So then during deity worship, we are very attentive to Krishna. And then while chanting or while doing some any other, activities related to spirituality, we are not very attentive. So how can we become, parallelly attentive even while doing some other spiritual duties also? Of course, even chanting also, we're working on it. At least I am working on it. But why is that only during deity worship we are very attentive, and then other times we are not attentive? This is my query, Prabhuji. We are not. I'm not able to hear you, Prabhuji. I'm not able to hear you.
Yeah, online cannot hear.
No, not able to hear yet.
Hare
No, not
Hare
able.
Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Is it audible,
Yes,
Mataji?
Yes,
now
now
audible.
we heard it.
Hmm?
So even while book distribution also we are not attentive that this is Krishna.
Okay,
This is
so I got it. In
Uh-huh.
general, answer is Mataji. It is mainly because of the lower modes, passion and ignorance, because
Okay.
of which you cannot be focused, concentrated in your action. In a sense, you will either go in the past and brooding over the past that did not happen properly, this did not, or you will go in the future So that is how if one is in the mode of ignorance, then one will go in the past and lament, this did not happen, that did not happen. And one who is in passion, he will go in future. Oh, I have to do that and this. When will this book distribution get over? So these lower modes cannot allow us to be in the present tense. The mind of the bird of our mind has two wings, past tense and future tense. So they both have to be cut, and that automatically they get cut when we come to the mode of goodness at least. And that will happen by reading Shrimad Bhagavatam, Grantha Bhagavat, Book Bhagavat, and also serving great souls. So that's why when we render service of book distribution or deity worship or even chanting, one should do for pure devotee spiritual master for his pleasure. That Gurudev, I am doing this service because at the time of initiation, I vowed in front of you that I will chant the 16 notes of Hare Krishna Mahamantra on my beats given by you, and I will try to chant as attentively as possible. So I am doing this seva of chanting as a service to my spiritual master because I belong to him. I belong to him. So with that mood, if we do, then it will be easy. Then it will become person Bhagavad Seva. Or also when we are reading Prabhupada books, then also it is a book Bhagavad Seva. So if we do with that consciousness, then it is very helpful. Today morning, our Prabhu, Kalchakra Krishna Prabhu was telling that His Holiness Mahavishnu Goswami Swami Maharaj, he would tell that before chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we should chant one Maha Mantra. And what is that Maha Mantra? Are mujhe jana hai, are mujhe jana hai mujhe, are अरे मुझे जाना है, अरे मुझे जाना है, जाना है मुझे, अरे अरे. That means I have to leave this world, this body in which I am situated. So when we understand, when we speak that, just maybe in the mind or externally, then immediately we understand temporarily I am in this world, in this body, but actually I belong to Krishna, I belong to Golok Vrindavan, and I belong to my spiritual master. He is always in Golok consciousness. So let me connect. So then we will automatically get disconnected from this world and we'll be connected to Hare Krishna Mantra, through Hare Krishna Mantra to Radha Krishna. Otherwise, it takes long time for us, or more or less, we are always in the material world only. We should be in this world, but not of this world. Padmapatra Ivambasa, as Krishna says in the 5th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. But unfortunately, we remain stuck only in this material world. And then words keep coming out of the lips, but consciousness is not there. Namakshara bahu hai, nama nahi hoy. Only some syllables are coming out, some words, but it's not pure spiritual. As His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Thakur and also Bhaktivedanta Thakur say that chanting springs from the heart, not from the lips. Though Prabhupada says that in chanting process, we have to use our upper lip, lower lip, and the ears, and the tongue, three things in pronouncing. Because if I close both my lips and I try to chant with my tongue, I won't be able to produce any sound. And if I only move my lips but not use my tongue, then also no sound will come out. So that is there as far as gross physical level. But more than that, chanting Hare Krishna, that springs from the heart of the devotee. So it becomes all spiritualized when we do it for the pleasure of spiritual master. His Holiness Radhana Swami Maharaj says, Krishna consciousness means to take oneself out of center and to put Krishna there. That yani tani sarvani samyamya yukta asita matparaha. But unfortunately, what happens while chanting or while doing any spiritual activity, we are keeping ourselves only in center. The whole focus is on me. I am doing. So then Krishna and Radharani, they have nothing to do in one sense, because I am only doing everything. Ahankara vimodhatma kartaham iti manyate. So this is all because of our lower modes. So we have to transcend. That will happen by Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, Ashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu. Then you are in deity worship when you are worshipping deities. You are in chanting when you are chanting Hare Krishna Mantra. And you are in reading when you are reading Hare Krishna Mantra. When we are reading the books, and when you are distributing books, you are into book distribution. So you are in present tense. Otherwise, always the anxiety, either lamentation of the past or anxiety or hankering of the future. So this will take time. If we get the blessings of great souls, then it becomes very fast. Then there's no question of being past or future. We are in present tense. That is, contemplation is ongoing phenomenon for person in the mode of goodness. This is a vast topic, but I will not get into it. I hope your question is answered.
Prabhuji, for that insight really, really means I'm very satisfied by your answer. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
All of us have that difficulty.
Krishna.
Not alone. We are all in the same boat. Maybe somebody is our same train. Somebody may be next to engine, first bogie. Somebody may be in the second bogie. Somebody may be in third bogie. Somebody may be in the last bogie. But all are in the same train, more or less. So okay. Any other point anybody has? Okay. So we'll go ahead then. We
Regarding this question, I got one verse from Bhakti Rasamrut Sindhu.
Mm.
So I have sent here in chat box.
okay.
The translation, can I read?
Yeah, bhakti taking shelter of one principle. What is that? AI?
Anga that.
Hmm. Read. It disappeared.
Yeah, bhakti taking shelter of one principal anga or many angas according to one's desire and practiced with steadiness brings about the desired result. That result is bhava and prema bhakti.
Hmm.
So this verse also can answer that, means which Mataji is perceiving it as a problem.
Hmm.
That in one anga she has attraction and concentration, she can practice, but on another anga she has difficulty
Hmm.
in practicing. That one anga she can continue with steadiness practicing, as this verse says, and she can get her desired result.
Hmm. Okay, thank
And
you.
this verse also answers. Yes. I'm feeling. Yes.
Thank you for that insight.
Yes.
Thank you, Prabhu. Okay, so we'll proceed with where we left off from. We discussed up to 9th, no? So Banasur wanted to fight, and how the materialistic demigod worshippers are, and they engage in the service of the demigod, but they want to engage the demigod only in their service. So he asked Lord Shiva to fight with him because his hands he was feeling burdened. So Lord Shiva said, "Don't worry, your pride will be smashed by somebody else." And thus advised, unintelligent Banasur was delighted. The fool then went home, O king, to wait for that which Lord Girisha had predicted, the destruction of his prowess. Okay, so next is a very romantic section. Be ready, brahmacharis, for romance, not yours. Aniruddha's with Usha. So our romance is also going on with Krishna, but he's their romance, which is in line with Krishna's romance only. It's an extended romance that Aniruddha is showing. Yesterday, somehow I think we missed out. What is the name of Rukmi's granddaughter who got married to Aniruddha? As far as I remember, it was Rochana. But somehow yesterday in reading, in my studies, I went through, but I don't know how it did not come here. It came, huh? It was there, na? Okay, okay, okay. Afterwards, I was thinking, how did we miss her name? So her name is Rochna, the daughter of this Rukmi. So Aniruddha got married to her. Now this is second marriage that is going to happen. So 10th verse. Tasya नाम दुहिता तस्य उषा नाम दुहिता स्वप्ने प्राद्युम्निना रतिम कन्या लभत कांतेन प्रागदृष्टा श्रुतेन सा. In a dream, Bana's daughter, the maiden Usha, had an amorous encounter with the son of Pradyumna, though she had never before seen or heard of her lover. So proper disciples are given long purport. We'll read. That is all important. That tells us the background, the whole incident. The incidents now described will lead up to the fight predicted by Lord Shiva. Srila Vishnu Chakti Thakur quotes the following verses from Vishnu Puran, which explain Usha's dream. Usha Bana Suta Vipra Parvatim Shambhuna Saha Kridantim Upalakshochai Spruham Chakre Tadashrayam Ashrayam. O Brahman, when Usha, the daughter of Bana, happened to see Parvati playing with her husband, Lord Shambhu, Usha intensely desired to experience the same feelings. So first of all, how can one dream only like this? But she is fortunate. She could. Tataha sakala chittagya gauri tam aha bhavinim alam atyartha tapena bhartra tvam api ramyasase. At that time, goddess Gauri Parvati, who knows everyone's heart, told the sensitive young girl, "Don't be so disturbed. You will have a chance to enjoy with your own husband." इति उक्ता सा तदा चक्रे कदेति मतिम आत्मनः को वा भर्ता ममेति एनाम पुनरपि आह पार्वती. Hearing this, Usha thought to herself, "But when? And who will my husband be?" In response, Parvati addressed her once more. वैशाख शुक्ल द्वादश्याम स्वप्नेयो अभिभवम तत्तव करिष्यति सते भर्ता राजपुत्री भविष्यति. The man who approaches you in your dream on the 12th lunar day of the bright fortnight of the month of Vaishak will become your husband, O princess. So clear communication. So that was the background, and that's how she had that dream in which she got to see Aniruddha, whom she had never seen or heard of in her whole life. That is done. Okay, 11. Sa tatra tam apashyanti क्वासी कांतेति वादिनी सखिनां मध्य उत्तस्थो विह्वला व्रीडिता भृशम्. Losing sight of him in her dream, Usha suddenly sat up in the midst of her girlfriends, crying out, "Where are you, my lover?" She was greatly disturbed and embarrassed. Coming to her senses and remembering that she was surrounded by her girlfriends, Usha was naturally very embarrassed to have cried out in that way. At the same time, she was disturbed by attachment to the beloved man who had appeared in her dream. So she wants to be with him, but she is concerned. I mean, she got embarrassed that this, though things were not very clear, but they were clear also because my lover word was used. So my girlfriends will come to know Kanta Iti, my lover. And sure enough, the leader of all those girlfriends, she immediately asked, "Banasya mantri kumbhanda चित्रलेखा च तत्सुता सख्य पृच्छत् सखीमुषां कौतूहलसमन्विता." Parnasur had a minister named Kumbhanda, whose daughter was Chitralekha. A companion of Usha's, she was filled with curiosity, and thus she inquired from her friend. 13th. Kam tvam mrugayase subhru कीदृशस्ते मनोरथः तग्राहं न ते अद्यापि राजपुत्र उपलक्ष्ये राजपुत्री उपलक्ष्ये. Chitralekha said, "Who are you searching for, O fine broad one? What is this hankering you are feeling? Until now, O princess, I haven't seen any man take your hand in marriage." So you are not married and you are saying, "My lover." So who is that? In the commentary, Chakravarti Pas says, Chitralekha said, "I do not see your husband, Hastagraham. Now, since you are not married, your hand has not been accepted in marriage by any man. So whom? Who is that? Drishtaha kaschinnarah swapne Shamah kamalalochanaha Pitavasa bruhadbahur Yoshitam rudhayangamaha. Usha said, "In my dream, I saw a certain man who had a dark blue complexion, lotus eyes, yellow garments, and mighty arms. He was the kind who touches women's hearts." So, very beautiful personality, So, if a girl is very beautiful, boys may get attracted, and if a boy is very beautiful, girls will get attracted, as is it natural, as it is natural. So she was completely charmed by his beauty and beautiful bodily features. He is quite similar looking to Krishna in later section, second section of the Nectar of Devotion, we can see Krishna's 64 qualities are described. So in that, it is said that beautiful bodily parts, very attractive. So there is highness, lowness in Krishna's different parts of the body, broad forehead, and elongated eyes all the way reaching to ears. Our our eyes end here, and ears start here. In between, we can have 4 fingers, 5 fingers also. So we don't have such beauty, but Aniruddha undoubtedly was very beautiful. So naturally, she was attracted to that beauty. Though it was just experience in the dream only. Tamaham mrugaye kantam payayitva dharam madhu क्वापि यातः स्पृहयतिं क्षिप्त्वा मां वृजिनार्णवे. It is that lover I search for. After making me drink the honey of his lips, he has gone elsewhere, and thus he has thrown me, hankering fervently for him, into the ocean of distress. So in their amorous meeting, he also kissed her lip to lip. So naturally, when it affair extends to such level, it will be more attractive for either of the persons involved. So though he was in the dream, but for her it is arrangement, because he doesn't know there, in one sense, Aniruddha. He has not kissed her. But in the dream, by Lord's arrangement, he kissed her, and she is now attracted to him. The more the man and woman come together, the more they will have the fire of lust burning them, and that what you call obsession happens. But here it is transcendental, because it is all related to Krishna's sons. 16th. Chitralekha uvacha vyasanam te apakarshami trilokyam yadi bhavyate tamaneshevaram yaste manoharta tamadisha. Chitralekha said, I will remove your distress. If he is to be found anywhere in the 3 worlds, I will bring this future husband of yours who has stolen your heart. Please show me who he is. So she is going to do 2 services. One, first of all, finding out who the person is through her drawing skill. And second, physically getting him also. So first she will get him on the paper, canvas, through drawing, because Chitralekha, one who is expert in drawing. So that is Chitralekha. Even Chitra also means one of the Ashtasakis, Lalita Vishakha, Chitra Champaklata, Rangadevi Sudevi, Indulekha, Tungavidya. So Chitra is also Chitralekha. So Chitra is expert in sketching. That's why when Shirdama was quite concerned that now I have come back to my house, but Krishna is gone to Yashoda Bhavan, I want to go and meet him. So when he told his mother, mother said, no, now your time is over. Whole day you were with him. Why are you now? Tomorrow morning again you will be with him. He said, no, I cannot remain without Krishna. So what to do? Mother discussed with Yashoda Mai. So Yashoda Mai said, okay, we will give him picture of Krishna. So he can embrace that picture only. So then who will draw the picture? Chitralekha, Chitra. So immediately Yashoda Mai sent message to Chitra. Come, I have service for you. She came running. And she said, yes, what is that service? You draw the sketch of Krishna. So, okay. So for whosoever sketch you are drawing, he has to be still. He has to be in a steady posture so that you can draw in that particular way, posture and position. But then Krishna is very restless. So he's looking here and he's going also. He's not even also sitting. So Chitra had a difficulty. Not able to, because he's so much moving. So then she was wondering. And another Sakis told that, have you taken permission, blessing of Radharani? She said, no. She said, nobody in the creation can capture Krishna. Only she can. So you came just like that. She said, because Yashodamai called, so I thought, yes, I did not know all the details. They said, you go and take her blessing. So immediately she ran. She went to Radha and said, Radharani, I need to draw a sketch of Krishna. Please bless me. She said, yes, I bless you. You go ahead. You will be able to draw. So then she came back. And again the same thing. Krishna is continuing with his restlessness, here running, here, there, looking here, looking there, talking to others. So then, but she could capture one particular posture, one position of Krishna in her mind by Radharani's grace. And she could, seeing that in her mind, she could sketch it. And that was given to Sridhama, who was very happy. He would embrace that photo of Krishna and sleep peacefully on the bed for whole night. So we can see capturing Krishna is not possible without Radharani's blessings. She only can capture him. He is very restless. Restless in a transcendental sense. Cut. Very naughty. So we need blessings of Radharani. We need blessings of Gaurnitai, Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Then we can be focused in our chanting. Otherwise, on our own, it's not easy. So that is the Chitra or Chitra Lekha. Interestingly, the name Chitralekha indicates a person skilled in the art of drawing or painting. Chitra means excellent or variegated, and Lekha means the art of drawing or painting. Chitralekha, as described in the following verse, will now utilize the talent indicated by her name. So Lekha, Lekhan, like that, drawing also, sketching, painting, like that. So Chitra means Vichitra. So Vichitra, he says, Keshava Tuya, Jagata Vichitra. Bhaktivinoda Thakur in one song says, oh Lord, your creation is strange in one sense. Vichitra, you know, Vichitra आदमी है ये. इसे नहीं हिंदी थोड़ा पागल जैसा थोड़ा strange, what do you call, eccentric or whatever they call. But there are another positive meaning also. Vishishta Rupena Chitra. It's colorful. Oh Lord, your world is so colorful, variegated. Variety is there that way. So positive, negative, both. Like Vairagya also. Virag. That means no attachment only. But other is too much of attachment. Vishishta Rupena Rag. No attachment means no attachment to anything mundane, material. But too much of attachment means to Krishna. Maya Sakta Manapata. To Krishna, one has so much attachment that worldly things, they are like Shunyaitam. They're all like a dreary void. They make no sense only to such a devotee who is in love with Krishna, in madness to Krishna. So like that. So Chitralekha. That is 16th. 17th. Yes. Yeah. You can tell in mic. Yes.
I know the verse, I don't know. But
Ashaya Gambhir. That our Gaurang Prabhu stresses a lot. His Ashay was very deep. What is that Ashay?
Nirvikar Haridas.
Nirvikar Haridas.
Ashay.
Huh?
Gambhir Ashay.
Gambhira
And
Ashay.
then that second line is that.
He was undisturbed by that
Rudon
prostitute.
something crying in that
She was crying in wilderness. In her fantasy, she is thinking that I'm charming him. That was her own imagination. Haridas Thakur was deeply absorbed in holy name. She was crying in wilderness only. So that kind of absorption is required. So we should be begging for the blessings of Guru, Vaishnavas and Hari. Then we could have. Okay, 17th. Iti uktva deva gandharva siddha charana pannagan daitya vidyadharan yakshan manujamscha yatha likhat. Saying this, Chitralekha proceeded to draw accurate pictures of various demigods, Gandharvas, Siddhas, Charanas, Pannagas, Daityas, Vidyadharas, Yakshas, and humans. My God, the whole room of Usha must have got filled with so many pictures. Because she will not keep erasing one and then now next one. They have ample, he is the king, Vana. So many, this, what you call, papers are there, canvas. Yeah, she has seen whatever way. Seen means in her whatever talent she had. So she could draw them all. So 18th and 19th. What Jiva Goswami says? This Chitralekha also has her omniscience. She can just, her mind can go in heavenly planet and see the demigods and draw them also. It can go to Kinnar Lok and draw the Kinnaras there, the most beautiful. So certainly those who fit in the description, that bluish color, lotus eyes, all that description. So whosoever fitted in that, And many of them will fit because they are pious beings. But bluish color still is peculiar to him only. Manujeshu sa cha nothing. No? Manujeshu cha savrishnin shuram anakadundhubim Vyalikhat Ramakrishna cha Pradyumnam Vikshalajjita Aniruddham Vilikhitam Viksha Usha Vangmukhi Hriya So Asau Avasaviti Praha Smayamana Mahipate. O king, among the humans, Chitralekha drew pictures of the Rushnis, including Shurasen, Anakadundubi, Balaram, and Krishna. When Usha saw the picture of Pradyumna, she became bashful. And when she saw Aniruddha's picture, she bent her head down in embarrassment, smiling. She exclaimed, "He's the one. It's him." So came to the proper person. In commentary, Chakravarti says, Chitralekha asked, "Who among these men is yours?" Seeing the picture of Pradyumna, Usha became embarrassed, understanding that he was her father-in-law. So many features might be matching. So she understood maybe the next person. His son only could be the one, though it's not yet drawn. So this is my father-in-law, sure enough. So a girl will, I mean, daughter-in-law will definitely feel embarrassed or shy in front of her father-in-law. So that already happened. When she saw the picture of his son, Aniruddha, her lover, she said twice, "This is him, this is him." Her repeating these words is due to the manifestation of extreme surprise and joy in her heart. It is understood that Usha then wrote the words Aniruddha, the son of Pradyumna, above the picture. For her pleasure, maybe. That not only this is the person you saw in the dream, but his name is Aniruddha, the son of Pradyumna. So mother-in-law's name is also there, husband's name is also there, and everything is clear now. Chitralekha tamagyaya pautram krishnasya yogini yayo vihaya sarajan dwarakam krishna palitam. Chitralekha, endowed with mystic powers, recognized him as Krishna's grandson, Aniruddha. My dear king, she then traveled by the mystic skyway to Dwarka, the city under Lord Krishna's protection. So, where, any idea? Any acharya has mentioned where Banasu's palace was? But anyway, not so close to Dwarka. So, she traveled by skyways and came to that place. Next, 21st. Tatra suptam suparyanke Pradyumnim yogamasthita Gruhitva shonitapuram Sakhyai priyamadarshayat. There she found Pradyumna's son Aniruddha sleeping upon a fine bed. With her yogic power, she took him away to Shonitpur, where she presented her girlfriend Usha with her beloved. Purport by Prabhupada's disciples. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur comments as follows on this verse. It is stated here that Chitralekha resorted to mystic power, yoga masthita. As explained in the Harivamsha and other literatures, she needed to employ her powers because when she arrived at Dwarka, she found herself unable to enter Lord Krishna's city. At that time, Sri Narad Muni instructed her in the mystic art of entering. Some authorities also say that Chitralekha is herself an expansion of Yoga Maya. Rivol. So Narad Muni, see how expert in the rendering service. He's always there for any kind of service anywhere in the creation. He only taught her how to have that mystic art, and by which what does he write? What does he say? Hmm. Hmm. She was afraid of Lord. Narada consoled her and said, "Take this Kamsic knowledge, she buildeth the whole world. O descendant of Diti, I give you this accomplished knowledge." Descendant of Diti, huh? She, Chitralekha. Okay. Okay, so can see that she is empowered now. So Dwarka was well protected city, not so easy to enter just like that. When Arjun also in Chaturmas period or beginning of Chaturmas, he entered in Dwarka because he was not exactly cursed, but they had decided after they got married to Draupadi, 5 of them. It was a long story, but basically when they got married, then one day Narad Muni visited them saying that there were 2 demons, Kumbha and Nikumba. So these two were, they cannot be defeated by anyone except they could kill each other. And one point of time, Brahma was wondering how to kill them. So he created Tilottama, a very beautiful heavenly damsel, sent her there where they were. And getting attracted to her, immediately they said, "Oh, she is my wife and your sister-in-law." He said, "No, brother, she's my wife and your sister-in-law." So they both started fighting, and in their fight, simultaneously they struck each other and they died. So that was done. So this may happen with you five also. So better decide some kind of norms. So they decided 1 year Draupadi will be with one husband. And that time any of the other four enter, then they will be banned for 1 year. Like that. So once one king, one Brahmin, his cows were stolen by some thieves, etc. So when he came rushing to the palace, Arjun received him and said, "What happened?" He said, "This is thing. Please protect me, my cows." So then his Gandhi, his bow and other things were inside Gandhi bow, and he was wondering what to do. But then the reputation of the king is more important than my own banishment and all that. So then he knocked the door and he announced that I'm Arjun. Need to enter inside. And he opened the door. Yudhishthir did not feel any problem. He took his Gandiva and he defeated all those thieves. He killed them. And when he came back to palace in this one, what is that? Indraprastha, all the four brothers received him so happily. And they were so proud of him that you protected us, all that. But then Arjun said, "Give me permission. I need to go. It's time." I said, "What?" "Because I broke the norm." They said, "No, no, not why it is required." But then he still went because he felt I should go by virtue. And they also then ultimately blessed. So he was out for 8 months, in which only he got married to Ulupi. Then he got married to Chitrangada in Manipur. And when they both became pregnant after being with them, then he left ahead. He had to go to Dwarka to marry Subhadra also. Because when he was studying in the childhood only in Dronacharya's ashram, their Gada had come, Krishna's younger brother. Krishna's one name is Gada Agraja. Agraj of Gada, one of the cousin brothers. So Gada had described how my cousin sister Subhadra, how beautiful she is. And hearing the description only, Arjun had decided in childhood only that I want to marry her. So now this was the time. He had come at the beginning of Chaturmas period, and the description comes in Mahabharata. And when he reached the sea, then he saw what a beautiful bridge going all the way to Dwarka city, and there are guards at times here and there. But because he was like a sadhu, bearded and sadhu's dress, so they respected him and they allowed him to go inside. So Dwarka was not some kind of ordinary fort. It was meant only originally for protection. First of all, it was within the waters, and there was a fortification that was a huge wall. So demons cannot enter. Yeah, story is there. Basically, Balramji was very much mad to receive any kind of sadhu. And whenever the sadhu would be invited by him, he would make Subhadra serve that sadhu because she will get the blessings of such sadhus and she will get a nice husband. But ultimately, he had decided to marry her to Duryodhan only, though nobody else agreed. And when this sadhu came, sure enough, he was invited and he was looking in a erotic, what you call, amorous way to Subhadra, and Subhadra felt, arrow in her heart by this sadhu's look. And she was wondering, "Arey, what kind of sannyasi? I never saw sannyasi like that." So then, after some days, Krishna, who knew Arjun is inside, Arjun was guided by Krishna. So he asked Subhadra in seclusion, "So, what about your marriage with Duryodhan?" She said, "I am not happy. I don't want to marry this fellow." Okay, but then Dauji, how can I tell him all that? Then Krishna said, "What about Arjun, the son of Pandu?" And she was like, she had heard about him and all. She said, "Yeah, that will be nice. Then Krishna said, "He has come here in Dwarka in search of you only." and he is a sadhu. Something he told her detail. And then she understood, oh, that sadhu sannyasi who recently came seems to be same Arjun only. So then she told, but then what to do? He said, just have patience. It will be done. And then after some days, there was a celebration in the Revatak mountain for Yadus and all that. So they all nicely dressed. And that is the time Subhadra is also out, which otherwise was not the case. She would be within the palace of Balramji himself only. Balramji was there personally to guard his younger sister. So when she was there, Krishna gave him his chariot. So, and then that 1 year was over. So he wore armor and everything with all everything fully equipped. He rushed towards her, and she was there. And she saw she was wearing blue sari, silver blue sari, very beautiful. And she saw, who is that coming with such high speed chariot? And then she understood, must be that sannyasi only, that person only. And he was shaved and all that nicely. And then he came and immediately picked her up and took her on the chariot, and they went away. And immediately all the Yadus and Vrishnis and all who were off guard, because that was a family function and there were no guards there, they were all wondering, who is that? How dare of him? Then immediately they came, they became alarmed. Then in a square, uh, there was a meeting called in Sudar assembly, it was called. Everybody was shouting and Balramji was guiding. And Krishna was only silently sitting there. So then Balramji saw everybody is excited, but Krishna is silent. Then he asked, Dauji, what, Krishna, what happened? What is your opinion about this? They are saying that he's Arjun only. So then Krishna says that we should join hands with Pandavas, because Pandavas are the ruling party and Yudhishthira is such a noble person, and Arjun himself, there is no better match for our Subhadra than him. So he convinces, and then Balramji says, okay, fine, done. Anyway, so we went too far into Mahabharat. Mahabharat is intoxicating. So where were we here? 21st. When Chitralekha found it impossible to enter Dwarka, Narad Muni instructed her in the mystic art, Yogamastita. We read that, I think. Chitralekha to Shonit. Some authorities also say Chitralekha is herself an expansion of Yogamaya. Chitralekha returned to Shonitpur and presented Aniruddha to Usha. 22nd. Sacha tam sundaravaram vilokya muditanana dushprekshe swagruhe pumbhi reme pradyumnina samam. When Usha beheld him, the most beautiful of men, her face lit up with joy. She took the son of Pradyumna to her private quarters, which men were forbidden even to see, and there enjoyed with him. Joy. Commentary by Chakradipad. The phrase forbidden even to see, dushprekshe, actually means that Usha's quarters were impossible for other men to enter. Next. 23rd. परार्ध्यवासहस्रगन्ध धूपदीपासनाधिभिः पानभोजनभक्षैश्च वाक्यैषु शुश्रूषणार्चितः गूढः कन्यापुरे शश्वत् प्रवृद्धस्नेहयातया नाहरगणान् स बुबुधे Ushaya Usha worshipped Aniruddha with faithful service, offering him priceless garments along with garlands, fragrances, incense, lamps, sitting places, and so on. She also offered him beverages, all types of food, and sweet words. As he thus remained hidden in the young lady's quarters, Aniruddha did not notice the passing of the days, for his senses were captivated by Usha, whose affection for him ever increased. So Usha honored Aniruddha with various services described in this verse. 25, 26. Tam, yes. Daughter of Banasura. Oh, that at least I did not come across in my reading. This you were only saying, na? This Vasudev Sankarshan Pradyumna Aniruddha. So Mool Sankarshan is in Vrindavan, Balramji. And Maha Sankarshan is in Dwarka. Correct? Maha is in Vaikunta. So, Mool Sankarshan is in Vrindavan or in Dwarka? He's in Mathura and Dwarka. Okay. So that is Mool Sankarshan. Only Balramji is there. So Vasudeva and Sankarshan, these two are there in Mathura. But in Dwarka, Vasudeva, Sankarshan are there, and Aniruddha and Pradyumna are also there. So first quadruple expansion. And second quadruple expansion is in Vaikunta. They are kind of what they are. They have their roles. So they are. Okay. So that is the understanding. As far as Usha goes, we don't know. Exactly, I don't know. She'll be one of the expansions of Lakshmi, because the Aniruddha is there. She's marrying Aniruddha, means she's eternal consort only in Dwarka. There may be some details like Radharani expands into 3 forms: millions of gopis in Vrindavan, then 16,108 wives in Dwarka, and Lakshmi in each of the Vaikunta, wherever the Lord is in Narsimha, Matsya, whichever form. So some other details may be there, remote or further expansions, because when Krishna expands eventually to Aniruddha, so Radharani also must be expanding to Usha. But that detail we have to find out wherever it is available. Okay, 25th, 26th. Tam tatha yadu virena bhujyamanam hatavrataam
Jamanam hata
ketubhir lakshayam chakrur
lakshayam
pritam
chakru
yad pritam durvachhadai
Itam durvachadai
apritam durvachhadai
Itam
hata
durvachadai
avedayam chakru
Avedayam
rajamste duhiturvayam
Chakte
yashtam
duhitarvayam
lakshayama
Chinde lakshaya
अन्यायः कुलदूषणम्.
Yaya kuladoshanam.
The female guards eventually noticed unmistakable symptoms of romantic involvement in Usha, who, having broken her maiden vow, was being enjoyed by the Yadu hero and showing signs of conjugal happiness. The guards went to Banasur and told him, "O king, we have detected in your daughter the kind of improper behavior that spoils the reputation of a young girl's family." Purport: Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has defined the word bhataha as female guards, whereas Jiva Goswami defined it as eunuchs and others. Grammatically, the word can function both ways. So, bhata word comes where? Dwadashaite vijanimo dharmaha bhagavatam bhataha guhyam vishuddham durbodham yam tam gyatva amrutam ashnute. That after Swayambhu Narada Shambhu, after enumerating the 12 Mahajanas, then this is the word there. Dwadashate Vijanimo Dharmam Bhagavatam Bhataha. My dear servants, there it is, my dear servants. So servant, that is general, but here it is specifically saying female guards. So why? Because girls are there, unmarried girls, or for that matter, even married chaste women also. If the men are there, then it will be a problem. They may do some mischief. So that's why female guards. Or if at all males are then eunuchs and others. They'll be like that. Even some recent past also, means few 2, 3, 5, 600 years back, when the females would be inside, Muslim kings, they have so many wives, all beautiful, and girls they will have. So they are inside quarters, and the male are out only, either in their court or in their duties. So somebody has to guard these females inside, because otherwise enemies will come. So those people will be, they would cut their genital, the man, so that the fellow will not be able to have sex only with these women inside or the girls inside. That is safe. But he's man only, but they artificially made him important. Fellow gone. So they would have all this kind of means. Hmm. So because they don't want their wives to be enjoyed by others, Mughals and all that. Even in other countries also. Yog Maya, they say. This is Yog Maya. Yog Maya seems to have many expansions. Like Purnamasi is also expansion in Vrindavan. Yeah. Draupadi is Yog Maya? Vrunda Devi.
So, but they also expand from Radharani. Yog Maya is like
In Chaitanya Charitamrita, 3 expansions only told. I narrated them. So for as far as I have heard, Subhadra is Yoga Maya. And Purnamasi is also Yoga Maya.
we say internal.
And some others here it is said that some say even Chitralekha is expansion of Yoga Maya.
So we say Antaranga Shakti,
Hmm.
Bahiranga Shakti. So Antaranga is Yog Maya,
Hmm.
Bahiranga is Mahamaya.
Hmm.
So Yog Maya, Antaranga we say Radharani only. So like Subhadra.
Antaranga Shakti has 3, na? Satchidananda, Sammit,
Hmm.
Sandhini and Ladini. So Ladini is predominated by Radharani. Then Chit is under Krishna and Sat Sandhini is under our Balramji. So like that.
So we see like she is like Miss Subhadra, spiritual body. So like the Arjuna getting married to Subhadra. So Arjuna is like a jiva, ordinary. Means of course devotee. But then how and what the children they are spiritual body. So how
That much I have not heard. But when Vyasdev, Drupad is not convinced, how can my daughter Draupadi be married to 5 men? This we have not heard of. So then Vyasdev comes. A lot of discussion goes on. So Vyasdev takes him privately in another room somewhere and tells him that this is not, don't think this is uncommon. This also has happened in the past. There was one girl called Jatila who married 7 sages simultaneously. Similarly, Marisha, so daughter of Kandu and Pramlocha, she was also married to 10 Prachetas. So, and he tells Draupadi in her previous life had worshipped Lord Shiva, and when Lord Shiva appeared to her, then she said, I want a husband, I want a husband, I want a husband, I want a husband, I want a husband. 5 times. So Lord Shiva said, okay, you'll have 5 husbands in the next life. So that is also the background. And don't think these Pandavas, 5 brothers, to be some ordinary people. So Vyasdev, by his divine potency, he reveals to Drupad alone in the room that how each one of these Pandavas, Yudhishthir, Bhim, Arjun, Nakul, Sadev, they were Indra sometime or the other. They had been serving in the post of Indra. They were very beautiful, Indra's post. So, and then Drupadi is quite convinced, yes, they all 5 can marry my daughter. And then they both come out, and then the marriage happens. Yudhishthir, Bhim, Arjun, Nakul, Sadev, they marry.
So Subhadra's, I'm asking like Subhadra's marriage with
Subhadra's,
Arjun. This is
Arjun, at least this is known. I don't know some other divine, any or Samarpan Gopru knows? So we don't know.
Demigod also.
Narayan he's saying. Narayan comes as Krishna, Nar comes as Arjun. So he's not some ordinary person anyway.
It is like Jiva Tattva only.
That, yes, some particular, that's what we hear. About this particular Arjun, we don't know.
Prabhuji, with Draupadi, she asked 5 different, this Vardhan. She said that I want, a husband who is very good in archery. I want a husband who is very good with Gada. I want a husband. And that's how actually then Lord Shiva, gave that,
That
Vardhan.
may be one version. What
Yes.
I read in Krishna Dharma Prabhu's Mahabharata, this is what I have heard also. So this was, as far as I remember, this is from there.
I had heard
But
from
also maybe
Govind Prabhu. Actually, I had heard from Govind Prabhu this, that he said that.
Maybe there.
Yeah.
Yes. Basically, Draupadi asked that I want a husband who is a great archer. I want a husband who will be good in mace fighting. So like that, 5 features are in 5 Pandavas. So he blessed, Shiva blessed her.
Eunuch thing, I'm just trying to understand. There,
which thing?
Eunuch.
Eunuch,
Because here also it is mentioned, even
Hmm.
Arjuna became for some time in Virat.
Yes.
So he was teaching music to them.
Not them, to Uttara. He was a dance teacher.
Only Uttara maybe. Yeah. So it seems that time there was utility of them also. And they were teachers and all that, and it's safe. No, no issue. So is it that their sexual orientation is not there only?
That we don't. Actually, I don't.
Because that's how Virat is so confident. Dance teacher is making Arjuna. And here also we can see Chitralekha's insert servants are either eunuchs or not. And what that Muslims are doing, they are like external, just by cutting, your orientation doesn't change. So is it that their orientation only is different? Or? Because
I don't know. That is the answer. Anybody else knows?
Actually, Vedic culture is so amazing that they are respected so much and they are engaged also.
Yes. Prostitutes also were there. They had their service to do. Everybody has their, in Varnashram and outside Varnashram also. Everybody has. Okay, anyway, we'll go ahead. Our bhattas are concerned about many other things. Okay, 20. In the commentary, he says, seeing the signs of sexual activity, hetubihi, which were impossible to disguise, duravachadai, the chief of which was her joyfulness, apritam. The female guards, Bhata, reported to Banasur. The guards feared that if Banasur found out about Usha's activities from some other source, he would severely punish them, and thus they personally informed him that his young daughter was no longer innocent. So, when a girl is in love with a boy, she will show that thing. In general, girls they have that peculiar nature. You must have seen in your sisters and others. So they will be laughing, giggling, that kind of thing. Just like when Dvida also came, that fellow had wrong intentions. But these girls were innocent gopis. They did not understand. And they were also kind of responding by laughing in their innocence. And ultimately, when his malicious intentions were revealed, then Balramji took care. Anyway, so girls in general are like that. And in particular, if they are in love with some boy, then the symptoms will change. And for that matter, anybody who has that kind of thing, his facial expression, physiognomy and all will change. We find in the case of Vibhandaga's son also, Rusheshringa, who was a pure brahmachari, because in life he knew nothing about women. That women kind of species does exist in creation. He never heard of, seen anything. So he was very pure. But one point of time when Rompad Maharaj had sent these Rishi Kumaras, who were girls only, dressed as boys, and they came, Muni Kumaras, and they played with him. He was wondering, who are these? How they are so charming. For a boy, the girls' beauty will be charming only. But he did not understand these are girls. And then they said, let's play. He played. And while playing, they pressed his hand. They embraced him. And he was getting agitated. He never had such kind of experience. But after some time, they left. When they left after some time in the evening, Vibhanda Rishi came back from his forest thing. When he came, as soon as he saw Rusheshringa, by seeing his face only, he understood. Dal mein kuch to kala hai. Something went wrong with this fellow. So he asked, my dear son, did anyone come daytime? He said, yes. Muni Kumaras, Rishi Kumaras came. Rishi Kumaras? From where? From across the river. And how did they look like? They were very beautiful. And like that. So because he could not tell any, because he never knew what girl means, what a woman means. So he could not tell in those language. But Vibhanda Rishi understood. Certainly something, this fellow's purity is lost. He's contaminated. And he said, next time if they come, never entertain. Never play with them. And said, okay. But sure enough, that was very enticing for him. And next time, not only he played with them, but they said, let's go to our place, our ashram, our father's hermitage. So, okay. And then they took him in the boat to the next side. Next side was Rompad Maharaj kingdom. As soon as he stepped there, torrential rains. So he was so pure a brahmachari. So when person is involved in such kind of activities, there is a change in his body, facial expression, even speech, smiling, everything is imbued, or in our language, contaminated. Is contaminated with that lust. Lust permeates everywhere. Is there in senses, it is there in intelligence, it is there in mind. So it is all pervading. In our case, it is contaminated. In their case, you can say imbued. So she was imbued with love for this Aniruddha, and which was what you call cannot be hidden. So they immediately understood something is fishy. Why fishy? Because they are not, no man has entered inside and they are guarding all the time. So what is that? How is she showing symptoms of conjugal love? So they could not understand, and better somebody else, before somebody else informs Banasur, in which case he will punish them like anything, maybe death sentence. Because this is very serious problem. Some other small thing was there, okay. But she is in love affair with somebody. If Banasur comes to know that my girl's chastity, my daughter's chastity is lost because of these guards who did not even inform, he will kill them also. So they thought better let us inform him. He will find out whatever it is. So they informed him. 27. Anapayibhir asmabhir गुप्तायाश्च गृहे प्रभो कन्याया दूषणं पुंभिर दुष्प्रेक्षाया न विद्महे. We have been carefully watching over her, never leaving our posts, O Master. So we cannot understand how this maiden, whom no man can even see, has been corrupted within the palace. So then we are not leaving our post. They want to ensure. Otherwise, मराठी में हिंदी में कहते हैं ना झोप काट होता है ना सो रहे थे क्या तुम. God is always accused. Anything he says, some discrepancy you find. कि पता है क्या सो रहे थे क्या तुम रात भर क्या कर रहे थे तुम. This is the first objection by the master. So that's saying we never left our post. We were there. The acharyas explain that the word anapayibhi can mean either never going away or never deluded. Also, if we take the alternative reading dushprekshayaha, instead of dushprekshayaha, the guards refer to Usha as she whose wicked girlfriend has been sent on a mission. Now let it be open. Okay, okay. You can shout and tell them once. Class is going on. Like that. They may. Okay, okay. Okay, so we only have to. The greatness of a person has to be estimated by his ability to tolerate provoking situations, provoking people, provoking small devotees. Okay, anyway. So he's also saying that she whose wicked girlfriend has been sent on a mission. So they kind of hinting also. They're getting some idea about it. 28. Tataha pravyathito bano दुहितुः श्रुतदूषणः परितः कन्यकागारं प्राप्तो अद्राक्षित दुहम. Very agitated to hear of his daughter's corruption, Banasur rushed at once to the maiden's quarters. There he saw the pride of the Yadus, Aniruddha. So what will he feel? Wow, what a choice she has made. The best choice. Nothing better could have been a choice. Somewhere I had read before. This time reading I did not come across. But he appreciated that he is only fitting. Na? There could be no man better than him. So she chose the best. But that he cannot speak it out and all. He has to be angry only. That first, because she is not married also. And having affairs also with him. How dare of her. And that too without his permission. And in his palace only, where the guards are there. So naturally, false ego will come to surface. But little bit, because he's also coming in Bali's dynasty, na, Prahlad's dynasty. So he appreciated also. Wow, so beautiful. Maybe in Krishna book it is there, huh? Maybe. I have read somewhere, but I don't remember where. No, nobody has seen. Only Chitralekha brought when he was also sleeping. When he was getting kidnapped, he was also not knowing. Only when he was brought to palace inner quarters, there only Chitralekha knows and Usha knows. No third person knows. Ha, Vanasur first time saying. That's why he appreciated, no? Means in that sense. Wow. This is fitting son-in-law. My daughter is very wise, very intelligent. Okay, but false ego will not allow that way. So that we'll see what his false ego is saying. Kamatmajam tam bhuvanaika sundaram Pishangambar ambujakshenam Brahadbhujam kundala kuntalashticha Nitabhalokena cha manditananam Divyantamakshaihi priyaya bhindrumnana namnya.
दिव्यन्तमक्षये प्रेयाभिणुनामया
तदङ्गसङ्गस्तन कुङ्कुमस्रजम्
सङ्गस्तनकुङ्कुमास्रजम्
बाह्वोर्दधानं मधुमल्लिकाश्रिताम्
धूर्धानं मधुमल्लिकाशितां
तस्याग्र आसीनमवेक्ष विस्मितः.
तस्याग्र आसीनमवि
Parnasur saw before him Cupid's own son, possessed of unrivaled beauty, with dark blue complexion, yellow garments, lotus eyes, and formidable arms. His face was adorned with effulgent earrings and hair, and also with smiling glances. As he sat opposite his most auspicious lover, playing with her at dice, there hung between his arms a garland of spring jasmines that had been smeared with kumkum powder from her breasts when he had embraced her. Banasur was astonished to see all this. Vismitaha. Smita word is there in that. Amazed. Purport. Banasur was amazed at Aniruddha's boldness. The prince was calmly sitting in the young girl's quarters, playing with Bana's supposedly married daughter. Unmarried daughter. In the context of the strict Vedic culture, this was an unbelievable thing to witness. And in the commentary, Chakratipa says the word Abhinrumnayaha means with Usha, who was all auspicious. Parnasur was amazed, thinking, how audaciously this very bold one acts with her. 31. Satam pravishtam vrutamatayabhir batair anaikair avalokya madhavaha उद्यम्य मौर्वं परिघम्य वस्थितो
द्यम्यमौरवं परिग्रस्तव्यस्थितो
तपोदण्डधरो जिघांसया.
दण्डधरो
Seeing
जिघांसया
Banasur enter with many armed guards, Aniruddha raised his iron club and stood resolute, ready to strike anyone who attacked him. He resembled death personified, holding his rod of punishment. Chakravarti says Aniruddha, Madhava, or Madhav kind of, raised his club made of a special kind of iron called Muru, Mauruvam. So Madhav's son, Madhava. His grandson, but same kind of lineage. So Madhava is one word for him. And this is special club. Iron, but not an ordinary iron. There, no? Yeah. So that's what I was thinking. Somewhere I had read previously. What is written in Krishna book?
Who was a Cupid himself.
Hmm.
Banasura saw his daughter and Aniruddha as a suitable match.
Hmm.
Yet for the family prestige, he did not like the combination at all.
Yeah. Yes.
He appreciated the fact that Usha could not have selected anyone in the three words more beautiful.
Yeah.
Aniruddha's complexion was brilliant and swarthy. He was dressed in yellow garments and he had eyes just like a lotus petals. His arms were very long and had nice curling bluish hair. The garling says of his glittering earrings and beautiful smile on his lips were certainly captivating. Still, Banasura was very angry.
Yes. So false ego certainly will be prominent, but he also appreciates that this is it. Just like when that fellow also, who was he? Nahi. Lakshmana was stolen by Samba. So when Samba also they saw Pandavas, not Pandavas, this Kauravas, all they also appreciated. Yeah, this person is fitting fellow. But again, valor was, he fought also. So they appreciated. Yeah, this kind of person only is required. They appreciate like that. Kshatriyas, no, they have that spirit. But then false ego will come to surface anyway. Okay, so that is 31st. 30,
Yeah, I don't know whether to ask or not, but nevertheless,
Ask anyway.
I will ask because this August assembly of Bhaktivedanta students.
Yeah, it's August month only.
Which is
August month.
the month of August.
Yeah, all assemblies are August assemblies in this month.
Yeah.
Because
we are all with devotees all the time.
Ah.
So all are August assemblies. So my question is, because there are Prabhujis and Matajis also, because this kind of description comes again and again in Bhagavatam, actually, about the
amorous.
Not amorous,
Then?
the kumkum of the breast of the gopis and Radharani, and it's sign of intimacy actually, in the sense of
they embrace each other, na?
Yeah, so I am trying to understand what is this. They used to put some kumkum or
I also don't know, but on the breast
it is there.
Yes. Yes, on the breast, women would put kumkum. What is the reason?
In tradition, it is there like that.
Yeah, there to all
Here,
now also
here.
we can see all women having kumkum here. But on the breast, which we don't see now, means we don't see the breast anyway. But doesn't seem to
just-
be the feature in Kali Yuga.
Any tradition.
Prabhuji, can I answer this question?
Mataji
That's
knows.
why I'm asking.
She
Thank
must
you,
have
Mataji. Please
studied
go
Mataji.
ahead.
Yes.
Prabhuji, Kumkum na is representing Shri.
Shri
And yeah, Shri.
means
And
Lakshmi.
that is why they will apply kumkum, because they will acquire all the good qualities of Shri.
Hmm.
And that is why they will apply kumkum on over there. So that the good qualities, and plus they will remain chaste also, just as Shri is chaste.
Hmm.
So they will also remain chaste, and that is why that is being applied on the, this, that is why.
Where is it mentioned, Mataji? Where did you come across?
Prabhuji, I had heard it from one of the disciples of Srila Prabhupada,
Okay.
Narayani Mataji.
Hmm. Yes. Vedas are so vast and so many things are mentioned. Everything has a reason and meaning, all that.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Welcome, Prabhuji.
Yes. Give him the mic. Give him the mic.
Just asking, like we know that Krishna, the playing with the gopis. So Krishna does not, it's like a parakiras.
Not like, it is.
No, means that is parakiras. That is parakiras. But here is a swakiyaras, or what you can married ras. So here he is not
Here they are not married anyway.
not married, correct? So now just checking, I'm asking, before marriage, so even Aniruddha is already cultured from there. And he's like behaving like a very innocent boy, living in the quarter of her. He's not asking any question also. That means I'm asking.
That is told there that he was charmed by service and
but
her beauty. There is nothing wrong. A boy will. And he has not gone to the extent which is beyond things. They are lovers.
So no Acharya has written anything here.
Because it's bona fide. But because you are asking, we are answering.
When Kubja had certain desire, it was written, so many Acharya wrote. But here nobody has written anything.
Because this is proper, na? They are going to marry only. What's the problem? Like Gandharva is also what? The boy saw Miss Rajkumar, prince saw princess, or some girl like that. And how can he then how will he not approach her? Otherwise, how the Gandharva Viva will happen? Without he approaching her and telling that I'm attracted to you, if you agree, we'll invoke the presence of Gandharva and we'll marry. So he has to tell that, na? But it is on the spot marriage only, and after marriage they will have amorous dealings. Here, this is love affair. She is agreeing, and he's not doing anything nonsense. That sense, love affair. And he's charmed, and after all, in one sense, she's Yogmaya. Yogmaya has brought her, and this Usha also must be having some remote connection with Lakshmi.
Because when we hear Agnidra, when he went to that place and Puruchetti comes, so there we hear a lot of things. But
yeah, because he was in meditation.
He was meditating on the wrong place.
Yeah.
Means he was waiting for the same thing. He wanted to marry.
Yeah, yes.
He wanted to marry. But then people means they say that he went to the wrong place, all these things. But here, so there was also loving affair, but he was doing some meditation at least. Here he directly
intentions were proper, though internally there was some desire also.
What I mean to say, if here it is clearly written, Anuruddha is expansion and this is a Yoga Maya, everything. So then it's become very clear. It's a spiritual love. But it is represented like a material feelings and love. So
we have material lust is overpowering us.
That is there.
So we may
what I'm
see
saying
in that
here nobody is written. I'm asking that thing.
So that we have to find out. Some other acharya.
No. Kshatriya, but it's a Bhagavatam, na.
Purvachatti. No, they are married. But Purvachatti and Agnidra. So this is like one case. For us, Naistik Brahmacharya. Naistik Brahmacharya ki chai. Chalo, let us go ahead, Prabhus. My God, this is Brahmachari battlefield. Open the windows. Somebody wants to escape, he can jump from here. Yes, yes. No, yes. But I want some fresh air also to be able to continue. The answer they both will decide. We are forming subcommittee of Arjuneshwar Prabhu and Madhav Prabhu. They will meet on the sofa outside after this break time and they will get back to you. We will go ahead. Little bit, 2 verses are remaining. जिगृक्षयातान् परितः प्रसरपतः शुनो यथा शूकरयूथपो अहनत् ते हन्यमाना भवनाद्विनिर्गता निर्भिन्नमूर्धोरुभुजः प्रदुद्रुः. As the guards converged on him from all sides, trying to capture him, Aniruddha struck them just as the leader of a pack of boars strikes back at dogs. Hit by his blows, the guards fled the palace, running for their lives with shattered heads, thighs, and arms. 33rd. Tam nagapashair balinandano bali घ्नन्तं स्वसैन्यं कुपितो बबन्धः उषाभृशं शोकविषादविह्वला बद्धं निशम्याश्रुकलाक्षरौत्सित्. But even as Aniruddha was striking down the army of Bana, that powerful son of Bali angrily caught him with the mystic Nagapash ropes. When Usha heard of Aniruddha's capture, she was overwhelmed with grief and depression. Her eyes filled with tears. The Acharyas explained that Banasur could not actually capture the powerful grandson of Lord Krishna. However, the Lord's Lila Shakti or pastime potency allowed this to happen so that the events described in the next chapter could take place. And commentary Chakratipa says, Usha cried, Arautsit, torrents of tears. Banasur was able to capture Aniruddha, the supersoul of all living entities, whose expansion is the Lord of Shvetadvip, only by the influence of Krishna's Lila Shakti. So he is Antaryami in that sense, expansion of Paramatma, Aniruddha. So he cannot be captured by Bana at least. But Lila Shakti allowed it. Okay, so this chapter is over. Any question? Yes. Kubja.
Shakuntala and Dushmanta also. Not Dushmanta, sorry.
Dushyanta.
But who was that king? Dushmanta only. Dushyanta only. So he also said that, I can't get attracted to any. You have to be Kshatriya. So that is not just lust or something which is there all around right now. It appears to be more than that. It is a fixed attraction which is devoid of something which is so
Viraja.
material.
It is without Raja, kind of.
And Kubja's case is very clearly told that she took risk and all that. But it appears even her attraction is very specific. Where she's drawing all the Vidyadhara, they are also very beautiful actually. Where any Mataji can get attracted to. But she didn't get. She didn't even get attracted to Krishna.
See, the sign of a chaste girl is, in the Vedic times, she will be shy, she will be in her quarters and all that. But once she gives her heart to somebody, then like he's the one, he has to marry her. That kind of thing. That's why we see Bhishma kidnapped Amba, Ambika and Ambalika. He brought them to Hastinapur also. But after reaching, Amba said that I have already given my heart to Shalva. And now you have brought me here. He said, you should have told me earlier only, na? I would not have brought you only. He said, but you kidnapped so forcibly, I could not say anything. Now I revealed because you want me to marry this Vichitraviri, etc. So he said, okay, you go back now. And because you have already given your heart to Shalva, you must marry him only. But then poor girl, she went there and she told Shalva, and Shalva said, no, you were touched by Bhishma. Now nobody can marry you and all that thing. Poor lady again came back, said, Bhishma, you marry. He said, I am Akhanda Brahmachari. So she got into turmoil, kind of. So that is the nature. Once she gives heart to some boy, he is the one only who has to marry. Just like touching. If a boy touches a girl, he has to marry her only. So that kind of norms were there in previous time. So she will not get attracted to Krishna in that way, or to Pradyumna, or to anybody in the creation, no matter who he is. Even if he is more beautiful, now as we all only know, more beautiful than Aniruddha will be Pradyumna. More beautiful than him will be Krishna. But she will not, that will not happen, because her heart she has given to Aniruddha only. Chastity. Huh? No co-education. This was homeschooling, ultra guarded homeschooling. Hmm. Yes, yes. That's why you have to wage a war and go to all schools and convince them no co-ed, no
To
co-education.
assist him in
Yes,
that.
yes, we will assist. आप लड़ो हम पीछे हैं. Hmm. Okay, so any other question online? Hmm? Devayani said, yeah, that's what, na. Touched means you only have to marry. Likewise, here she is also touched. Though that happened in the dream, he gave lip to lip kiss to her. So that cannot be said to be in dream. And anyway, here also he has embraced her and all. So that kind of chastity would be there with the girls. Now they say before marrying a girl, we don't know how many boys have touched her. The husband doesn't know, the boy doesn't know. Nor does she know how many girls he has touched also. So it's a very crazy civilization. Yes. Not joke, it's a reality. Ah, marriage is a joke. I thought you are saying that this is a joke. If you are counseling the boys, you will know our own wise students also, how glorious their past was, what all they also have done. Hopefully not the last thing, but otherwise all the other things. Sleeping? Who they?
Prabhu, Hare Krishna,
Okay. wait a minute.
Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
Prabhu. Yes,
Can,
Prabhu.
can online be heard? Hare Krishna.
Speak. I'm able to hear you.
Okay, Prabhu. So, recently only, there is one boy called Aniruddha, and a very close, our very family friend, and they got attracted, and he's from a different caste. So, basically, everything was, finalized. Of course, they touched each other and all that stuff must have happened. But then, that same Aniruddha's mother, for whatever reason, she didn't like her, and then after engagement also everything broke, and she is completely broken. Her mother is a good devotee.
Girl.
Her father is a good person and good devotees. But somehow this has happened, and this boy called Aniruddha actually goes by his mother's words and leaves her. And now she is touched and all that, and so and I'm seeing that it's not that the girls are lusty. I know her very well. They give their heart, they give their body, they give everything to the person they love.
Yes.
And it is the problem that men are uneducated mainly. It can be put that way, because they are supposed to be educated and stop all this from happening. Because men are uneducated, finally the blame lies on the man only, where the current society, if the men were educated, women would not go berserk.
That's why you are you have to start youth preaching, and our devotee is saying children preaching.
Yes, Prabhu. 100%. Yes, Prabhu.
Madhav Seva Prabhu, Arjuneshwar Prabhu are opening Gurukul, and we need Grahastha Prabhu to handle the whole thing. So who is speaking?
Radha Kunj Bihari Das, Mangalore.
Mangalore. You are Grahastha or Grahastha, na? Yeah.
Grahastha, yes,
You are
yes.
already Grahastha. So we want you here in Pune for our Gurukul heading.
Yes, Prabhu.
They will be the teachers here. You please come here. We will preach to children from womb to tomb, all education. But before children,
Yes, Prabhu.
And then
very much required, Prabhu.
We'll educate the boys, we'll educate the children. So then they will
Yes,
not
yes.
girls.
Even before marriage, the boy and the girl should be educated, even though they are getting married properly, because the boys are very, very they're pampered, and they don't know how to handle a woman. They think it's a sex object. I also did the same thing. But then I got hit badly, and slowly I learned. So that is education, as you have said, Prabhu, is 100% required. And whatever seva I can do, I will be Please,
be in touch with our Madhosya Prabhu and Arjunesha Prabhu. They are
I am, yes.
108% or 1008% convinced Gurukul. But unfortunately,
Hari,
he
Hari.
doesn't allow brahmacharis to head the Gurukul. That is our problem. So we are all bound up here. We are helpless.
Yes, Prabhu.
You can head it.
Yes, Prabhu.
Our His Grace Balgovind Prabhu is very wonderfully leading. It's going on so nicely.
Yes.
41
Hari,
children.
Hari.
Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hari.
Yeah, we are discussing about like one who touches the girl, he generally has to marry. So here we see Yayati saving Devyani. So that time, what was the option, miss? He has to save, and even if he didn't want to marry, but saving her was the priority. So
That's the arrangement of the Lord anyway. I don't know how he, because he cannot, hair are allowed to be touched. He cannot pull her by hair. That would be too much.
he could put a rope or something.
Rope he could have put. But it all happened by arrangement of the Lord. He just gave his hand, she caught, and he brought her out. And then she said, no, he said, I cannot marry because you are a Brahmani. She said, no, Kacha and all that story. I have been already cursed by him that I will not be able to marry a Brahmin boy. So
one incident happened, means once when we were coming in the temple in four-wheeler, so we were just entering the gate, that service gate, and a driver was driving, and he was seeing behind like this, and I was sitting beside, and some brahmachari also, and he was driving ahead and seeing behind, and there was a girl who came on a scooty. Thar also dhadak de diya. She fell down and scooty fell on her.
Oh, Krishna.
Then I got down and I was about to pick up the scooty and the girl. And one other brahmachari said, don't touch. So I was like confused what to do.
Scooter, he should definitely first lift. Scooter, not a problem.
Scooty,
The scooter is also feminine, I believe.
Yeah.
But still, he should pick up the scooter.
At
At least she will be relieved of the tension. And then you can tell the driver no, to pick her up.
The driver inside.
If she's a small girl, maybe you could do that. Because
15,
saving
16,
life is
16
also
years
important.
probably or something.
16-year-old.
Yes. So I didn't know what to do, and then he said, "No, you can."
Driver could have lifted, no?
The driver
What was
is
he doing?
inside.
He can come out, na? He has.
He was like shocked. Kya ho gaya?
Shocked is
Gaadi-
okay. But you should relieve him of shock and then he should lift her.
But in case such cases, what to do? Means emergency is there, or means in case. Of course,
I don't know.
think-
16-year young girl becomes too young. When I was in Nagar temple, somehow one devotee Prabhu's daughter committed suicide by hanging herself in the house. So when I reached, they said, Prabhu, your program is cancelled because we all are going to crematorium. I said, okay, that is understood. All that. So what happened? Because she committed suicide, maybe her ghost or something. In the temple hall, I was there chanting, and two girls were there. One was 14, 15-year-old, and her younger sister was there. I don't know how much, 6, 7-year-old. So then suddenly that girl, small girl, she was like a ghostly, haunted kind of. And I was chanting, I was not knowing. So that young, the elderly, her sister said, Prabhu ji, देखिए ना मेरे बहन को क्या हो गया? तो मैंने देखा. So then I went and I caught her, that girl. She was 6, 7-year-old, 5, 6-year-old. So when I caught her, as soon as I caught her, immediately she became like normal girl. And
This happened in temple hall.
this is in temple hall only, Nagar temple hall.
Suicide happened at home.
Suicide in the nearby house, something like 100 meter away. But because they were girlfriends, na, that girl also was chanting one round, and Janmashtami, she had put Rangoli. She was chanting one round, and whatever, she was in love with affair with a boy, and that boy something happened. So she hanged only. So maybe I don't know which ghost, but mostly that ghost only entered in her. And she was also behaving crazy because I knew that girl before also. I was wondering why that happened. So I caught her like that, and the moment I caught, immediately she became. Her father now also tells me, Prabhu, आप बहुत दिव्य हैं. आपके स्पर्श करते ही वो घोष चला गया. मतलब पता नहीं. Altar was open right in front only.
Morning time?
No, this was around 5 o'clock.
In case of emergency, you said like.
No, see, this was a small girl, 5, 6-year-old, too small. Now 16-year young girl becomes like a young girl only. So I don't know what could be done. Saving her life is also important. You could shout maybe loudly and call people nearby. Somebody will come. Yes, he has asked Radhesham Prabhu. Radhesham Prabhu, standard answer. Let us preach to unlimited boys so that any girl who is in trouble, one of our boys is next to her who will protect her.
Rajshambhu clearly told you cannot touch.
Arre.
And Prabhuji said that. He,
Wait, Mataji, let him complete.
as Prabhuji said na, clearly, you have to find out some other person to help her. You cannot touch. Sometimes it happens in emergency. Immediately we are invoked that, "Arey, usko uthao, ye karo, wo karo." Even no, actually, I asked the same question. I said, "Prabhuji, if nobody is there, her life has to be saved." Then he said, "You depend upon Krishna." Actually, he said Krishna will arrange something. Because see, Yayati Maharaj was already a kingly person. He has to marry today or tomorrow. It means because he was a kingly, he has to protect. But for a brahmachari, protection, that dharma is secondary. He's remaining in the ashram as a guru's servant.
We have given our life to save others. Okay, what I was thinking, okay, wait a minute. Like, see, direct touch is not good. So if you could cover your hands with some gamcha or something, gloves, I don't know whether we'll carry, then I feel, because life saving. Anyway, Mataji has some contribution to say. Mataji, please speak. Mataji? Which Mataji? Was it Mataji or Prabhuji?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes,
Even I
Mataji.
had the same experience.
Wait a minute, Mataji speaking, please hear. Yes, Mataji.
One Mataji's was coming to my Prabhuji's office and her daughter got haunted. So I had been to her place at night. She had a male voice, very loudly. She was shouting and all. And I was just sitting by her side and I hold her hand and I started chanting loudly. Immediately that thing relieved, Means because of that. I'm not a very great devotee, but I've experienced the power of Mahamantra. That is, I wanted to.
Yes. Wherever Mahamantra chanted, the ghosts, hobgoblin, they will all run away. Yes, ma'am. Mataji, do you have answer for this question? If a brahmachari happens to see a girl in seclusion and she is dying or whatever, some kind of, what should he do?
We have to save that soul who is suffering from such a bad effect. We should save, because suppose like when we are preaching the people, that time also we say that if somebody is committing an accident, what you will do? You will see them as a caste creed or the linga kuch dekhenge ke nahi. We will first try to save that person, whoever it may
Brahmachari is
be.
not supposed to touch a girl in general.
Brahmachari. But still you should see
Prabhu,
that.
Apad dharma, Prabhu. First of all, is saving the person.
That he should save that soul. Maybe in a body of a male or a female, you should save that soul. Maybe
No,
he's
if
a brahmachari.
Mataji, he's a male, no problem. Brahmachari can do that.
Yeah.
He happens to be a girl.
But I've seen that people are suffering so much because the person I had met was scratched by the ghost, the whole body was scratched by the ghost. And such person, if you are not saving, that was girl. But even if the male would have been, he should have saved her, I said.
Yes, yes.
That is our first priority.
Okay, Mataji. Yes.
So sometimes sticking to the rules too much is like
something.
Oh, is it okay?
Hare Krishna. So many of us have heard the story of they are brahmacharis?
Two sadhus were there, sadhus.
Whatever. So they were crossing the river or whatever.
Daughter, one girl or woman was drowning.
Yeah, so
old woman, huh?
This person.
They say old woman.
I don't know the age.
Brahmacharis will always.
That's why we have to read the original story.
Brahmacharis will always safeguard the sadhus.
Sadhu Saudha.
At least before her earlier death, she was old only.
Okay. So that story very clearly tells the higher principle of the other person is carrying still. He has left behind. So that story, I don't know where is the story, but this is Buddhist story.
Okay, no problem. See, if somebody is around, you shout loudly, na. Let's say you are drowning in the water. What will you do? You cannot save yourself. You have to shout only, save, save. Then somebody will come and rescue you. Similarly, if you find somebody is around, you shout loudly. Somebody around will come. If not, then at least I feel it is a little inhuman. Allow that girl to die only, if you are too concerned about your not touching, then use some.
Because the social pressure, society is not like earlier. You are brahmachari, people don't care.
Yeah.
Now see, all
they will say, what nonsense, in front of you she died. Why did you not?
All congregation, what they are telling, they are devotee, but you should save.
Yeah. Saving
Other
life is
people
very
will say,
important.
This congregation is
No, your concern not to touch is okay. You use something, gamcha or something you really feel like that. Even if let's say some girl is fallen in the ditch like that Devayani Yati, there anyway your hand cannot reach. You'll have to put some gamcha or some rope. Huh? What is the problem? But I never said that. I never said she's naked. I said she fell down in the ditch. You are assuming that she's without clothes. Huh? No. Are some like boy falls. Elephant can fall in a ditch. Why can't a girl fall in the ditch? Boy can fall, man can fall. Like Andakoop is there. Somebody may fall. So that is Hanumanji, no, he's a Nitya Brahmachari. That's what Kundal Krishna Prabhu told me. That's in Vishnu Puran, Ajamil's previous life. Yeah, that is all he told me. So I went through Vishnu Puran quickly. What do you call? But then I did not find that katha only.
I heard that from Pavodanand Maharaj here.
Huh.
He told this story
Okay.
of a
Which Puran?
brahmachari. I don't know the reference. That's why I'm quoting Prabhupada.
I personally met Kundal Krishna Prabhu and asked him. He said it's in there in Vishnu Puran.
And you
So I
saw
went
it
through
is
it,
not
but I
there.
could not come across.
Okay, but that story also shows that clearly he got cursed afterwards.
Yeah.
And Shri Mataji is helping her to live his life and he is cursing back. That prostitute or
Yes, that story.
not prostitute, lady helped her, helped him on the instruction of doctor, but this fellow is no brahmachari and he is cursing her to become prostitute. And then she curses back. So it's a very heavy if.
Okay, ठीक है, चलो. So we'll end or any other comment, question?
Oh, yes, the one
Yeah.
comment I want to make
Yes,
here,
yes.
an experience also,
Hmm.
is that after chanting 64 rounds, maybe I don't know what I'm chanting 64, but there is a lot of purity that comes in. There is a lot of magical things that have happened. And apart from this also, the Dindi experience also, on the 7th day of the Dindi, we go to Nira Nadi. Because the senses have fallen, there is a lot of austerity. The senses have fallen, the mind is stalled. And you see in Nira Nadi, like women open-breasted and men, stepping on their sari and going inside the water to have bath. And they are fighting with each other like kids, not at all worried about their physical state. They are not conscious at all. And I saw
in
this.
Pandharpur.
Yes, Prabhu, on the way to Pandharpur, Nira Nadi, on the way, seventh day of the walk. And after 5 days, almost the body consciousness is lost and everyone is acting like a little child, maybe little fights here and there, and no one is conscious about, what that other person is. And when they have bath also, no one even looks that direction. No one has time. Some Mataji said, oh, do you see that I'm having bath here? Someone said that we don't have time to see only, we just want water. And like that. So basically, and then she laughed. And these things are personally felt, Prabhu, that bhakti in practice, like someone said, that how much ever we read, sometimes our mind goes here and there. But bhakti in practice, I have seen in the Dindi, when the senses are really.
Yes, point is clear. I understood. But what happened? You are a grahastha. Our training as a brahmachari and particularly under His Grace Radhesham Prabhu is very strict. So that's why our brahmacharis have this question. Many other ISKCON temple brahmacharis may not. They say first save her. That is most important. But in our scenario, that's why we also agree saving. She should be saved, but some other ways can be applied, like shouting and calling somebody else, like that.
Apad dharma.
There is a difference between the psyche of a brahmachari and a grahastha. So that's why here all sitting in front of me are brahmacharis, and that too we have been strictly trained. We agree that life has to be saved, but as I said, we can shout loudly, and that Radhesham also said.
Correct. As
somebody around, they could come and save. If not, worst come worst, we can save, but maybe with some gamcha or something, because direct touch for us it is forbidden as such. But we do understand life is very important. Okay.
In apad dharma you can. Correct. It's apad dharma basically.
But our Radhesham Prabhu did not agree with your proposal. Apad dharma or vipad. You pray to Paramatma, Paramatma will arrange something. Basically, we are not supposed to touch women. That Raishambru is very strict. He is very pakka, strict brahmachari. He doesn't
Prabhu,
have
I
a
can
single
understand that
Mataji's
side. Yes,
number saved in his whole mobile. Hundreds of Matajis might have called him, but not even one number is saved. And if any Mataji writes email to him, then in reply, there will be in CC one Prabhu, so that he knows something like that transaction is happening, mail trail is happening. So Raishambru maintains extreme high degree of purity, and he expects us also to follow. So
Yes, Prabhu, this point is very necessary to be brought out. Thank you for this, Prabhu, because it's a
we'll have
different
breakdown.
angle altogether.
There's one thing, when it's said to touch, because when we are traveling in train, when we are going in
That
bus,
is just this thing.
so
With hand, basically.
we try our best,
Yes,
but
yes.
that is not considered, right?
No, that is
Otherwise,
not
I am
considered.
not qualified to sit
From
here.
our side, we have no intention. But some girl only comes, stands next to us, and she's hitting, her hands are touching here.
Because
That is not a
nowadays they
touch.
do even in temple hall.
Yeah, in temple hall also it may happen. So that is not a problem. Certainly we keep distance, but what to do in this day and age? Somebody will hit you, even if you don't go after them. Okay, so we'll end here. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. We'll meet after 15 minutes. Oh, no problem. In front of Mataji doctor, you can be naked also, if it is required. His Grace Radheshambru said. She's a doctor. She's a doctor. She is not a lady. Your crazy mind may feel she is a lady, but you should not feel like that. Their fight, how that we'll see here. In this chapter, Krishna is praised by Jwara, that is Shiva Jwara, Shivaji's weapon, and Rudra also, Lord Shiva. After defeating them, Krishna defeated both of them. Krishna then cuts off the arms of Banasur and returns to Dwarka with Aniruddha. Starting from the month of Jeshta, Aniruddha disappeared for 6 months. Even after the 4 months of the monsoon season had passed, he still had not returned. So, first verse of Lord Krishna fights with Banasur. Shri Shuka Uvacha Apashyatam cha Niruddham Tadbandhunam cha Bharata Chatvaro Varshika Masa Vyatiyur Anushochatam. Shukdev Goswami said, O descendant of Bharata, relatives of Aniruddha, not seeing him return, continued to lament as the 4 rainy months passed. 4 months had passed. Second, Naradat tad upakarnya vartam baddhasya karmacha shonitapuram ayaha Krishna daivataha. On hearing from Narada the news of Aniruddha's deeds and his capture, the Vrishnis who worshipped Lord Krishna as their personal deity went to Shonitpur. Narad Muni allowed for 4 months the secret to be kept. He only assisted Chitralekha to get Aniruddha kidnapped, and 4 months he kept quiet. But because they are lamenting in his separation, he revealed also. Third and fourth. Pradyumno yuyudhanascha
No yuyudhanascha
Sambo atha saranah
Sambo atha sarana
Gopanand Bhadradya
Ananda Bhadraya
Ramakrishnanuvartinah
Krishnaanuvartina
Akshauhinibhirdvadashabhihi
Akshaunih
Sarvato Disham
Meta Sarvato Disham
Rudhurbananagaram
Ruddhurbananagaram
Tat Satvata Rushabha.
Tata Sattvadarshabha.
With Lord Balram and Lord Krishna in the lead, the chiefs of the Satwat clan, Pradyumna, Satyaki, Gada, Samba, Sarana, Nanda, Upananda, Bhadra and others, converged with an army of 12 divisions and laid siege to Banasur's capital, completely surrounding the city on all sides. So 12 Akshoni Sena, huge. Fifth one. Bhajamana Purodhyana
Ajyamana Purodhyana
Prakaratta Lagopuram
Akartalagopuram.
Ekshmano rushavistas.
Manorusho Vishta.
Tulyasainyo abhiniryayo.
Sainyo Abhiniri.
Banasur became filled with anger upon seeing them destroy his city's suburban gardens, ramparts, watchtowers, and gateways. And thus he went out to confront them with an army of equal size. That we'll see, because 2 months is under question. No? 4 months anyway had passed, and it was mentioned 6 months he was missing. So whether 2 months went in all this, we'll see. Because in Sri Gopal Champu, when I read Jiva Goswami saying that when Lord Krishna released Jambhastra on Shiva, and Shiva started, he sat down on the battlefield only, started yawning only, and then he slept. There it is said he got up after many days. But how many days, that is also not mentioned. So meanwhile, where war was going or not, we'll see. Let's see. Afterwards, we'll take that question. So that is 5th. 6th. बाणार्थे भगवान् रुद्रः ससुतः प्रमथैर्वृतः आरुह्य नन्दिवृषभं युयुधे रामकृष्णयोः. Lord Rudra, accompanied by his son Kartikeya and the Pramathas, came riding on Nandi, his bull carrier, to fight Balram and Krishna on Bana's behalf. Chakravarti writes, Rudra fought on behalf Bana Arthe of Banasur just to show Banasur his faults of making him experience suffering. Shiva is addressed as Bhagavan to indicate that by nature he is all-knowing and thus well aware of Krishna's greatness. Still, although Shiva knew Krishna would defeat him, he joined the battle against him to demonstrate the glories of Krishna. This is the opinion of ancient authorities. Shiva entered the battle for 2 reasons. First, to increase Krishna's pleasure and enthusiasm, and second, to demonstrate that Krishna, although enacting human-like pastimes, is superior to other avatars such as Lord Ram. Krishna's internal potency, Yogmaya, bewildered Lord Shiva just as she had bewildered Brahma. This is confirmed in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Brahma Rudradi Mohanam. So 2 reasons, one for Krishna's pleasure and enthusiasm, and second, to demonstrate Krishna's supremacy over other avatars. But that is also there. I think Rupa Goswami Pad is saying that Yogmaya bewildered Shiva, as it did for Brahma also earlier. To show Krishna's supremacy, no? They did not have battle, no? They did not have any war. Huh? Who? Who? Lord Ram. No, but still, superior to Parshuram is Shiva or not? No? Because it's Jiva Tattva only, no? Parshuram. Shaktavish. But Shiva is very powerful. Mahadev. Yeah, he worshipped Lord Shiva, whereas there are no fight. So that way it seems. No, it came when Ravan was getting killed. Parvati said, "Arey, he's your worshipper. You save him." He said, "No. When my master has decided to kill him, nobody can save him." That is because he worships Lord Ram, no? Yeah, and he got defeated. See, there he said that when my Lord has decided to kill him, nobody can save him. So even if, let's say, Shiva entered also, then he would have been defeated for sure. But here he got defeated anyway. Still not attended. Okay. Any other pastime where Lord Ram and Shiva were against each other? Arjuna and Shiva were Pashupatastra, that thing. Did they confront any time, anywhere, in forest? Nowhere, no? Hmm. Hmm. That
The story of Mohini and Shiva, that is also not confrontation, but he loses
that's
to her.
what use mic, because when you all are speaking without mic, they cannot hear only. They will be wondering why I'm silent and why am I doing like this? What's happening? Take care of the mic also. Otherwise, mic will go.
So one thing is Lord Lord Ramachandra is worshipping Lord Shiva. But if he comes, he will not fight. He is worshipping Lord Shiva. He is means a human avatar. And
No, but
here
it
Lord
depends
Shiva
on when he comes. Now that is okay. But in case he goes against, then Lord Ram also would have fought him.
that is because
In certain circumstances, one may worship. But if that person goes against the principles, so to say, even in pastime, in rasa wise, so then they will fight.
we see na, he's a Maryada Purushottam, means he always followed the Maryada. Means
But Shiva followed his Maryada of not going against Lord Ram. Otherwise, Lord Ram would have fought with him also. Like Samudra Devata, how angry he became. He was not appearing, so he started boiling all the living entities. In one sense, what is the problem with the living entities, aquatics? He should directly shoot at Varun only. But no, when it comes in middle of his, in the between of his mission, he will be angry. That is what is adharma also, na? Though not adharma of big level, when a devotee misbehaves, the Lord will correct him. But Lord Shiva did not allow only that opportunity, it seems, anytime. Give him the mic.
Bewildering Brahma also, Yogamaya. So this is Brahma Vimon Leela. So Brahma getting bewildered, sometimes we say because of his own mistake, he was proud. So then that is Mahamaya. Yogamaya, we only give Shiva's, Lord Shiva's example of Mohini Murti. But then Brahma's mistakes of running after the Vak and then Brahma Vimon Leela, they are Yogamaya or Mahamaya?
Vak to I don't see as Yogamaya. What do you say, Acharyas? He got attracted behind her. At least in the purport, Prabhupada makes it clear that even person of Brahmaji's caliber, words are not these, but message is the same. Can be distracted. So one should understand the Lord's potency in the form of women and all that. He cautions us about that. There in Vak's case, but as far as here, it seems our acharyas agree as Yogamaya, because Madhva Sampradaya people, they don't comment saying that this is just whatever. They say no. But our acharyas have commented saying no, it's Lord's Yogamaya potency. He says na tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kave Muhyanti Yat Surayah. Even the demigods get bewildered. Other demigods for whatever reason, but at least Brahma and Shiva are always in relation with the Lord are portrayed to be Yogamaya.
Other demigods.
That's what I remember hearing here and there slightly. I don't remember reading. I don't know. I might have read, but I don't remember now.
But after that, Brahma Vimon Leela, Lord was not happy with Brahma and he kept silent and it's like that. Na? So
that is because he separated him. Na? But then that led to Brahma going to Antardvip and meditating and becoming Haridas Thakur, etc.
So if it is Yogamaya, then Lord should not be unhappy. Because
no, but then that way, Indra, what is the Indra's case? Here it is that he was happy.
Mahamaya. That
So
is
then
Mahamaya.
there he was happy with Indra because he united him with his devotees. That concern of Yogamaya, Mahamaya is so much not in picture. It is like Rasa only, as I understand. In Rasa, Brahma separated him from his devotees, and in Rasa, Indra united him. So they are, Indra is more pleasing. Yes, he wants to say something.
Lord assures Brahma that you will not get bewildered. So that's why they conclude this is not that man.
This happened after Padma, I mean, after that.
So it should be your.
That Vak is before, no? That is another Brahma. I think I remember clearly. I mean, quite clearly almost. our Kanai Krishna Prabhu said that was in another Brahma, another, not the one, this blessed one. The blessed one would not have been bewildered anyhow, because Lord had blessed him. You will never be bewildered. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur also says.
Chakravarti Thakur says, and I am down reading Vishwanath Chakravarti. It appears two different, means one reason is matching, other reason is Rudra fought on behalf of Banasur just to show Banasur his faults by making him experience suffering. Like that is written here.
Yeah, because Vana will suffer now.
So him making him experience suffering. So this is one reason he said. And he is addressed as Bhagwan to indicate that he was omniscient, thus fought to show the greatness of Krishna by being defeated by Krishna. So this reason they gave as second reason, no? So first reason for pleasure, I don't know wherever it is.
That is second, no? Second reason. Sorry, first reason is to increase Krishna's pleasure and enthusiasm. And second is to demonstrate Krishna superior to other avatars. Which first one?
Written somewhere else, I think.
Which one?
Because what we have commentary now, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur commentary is also there below.
Yes.
So in that it is doesn't seem to be there.
You mean to say there are three reasons?
Seems like that, exactly. They are giving two and one more is given here. To experience suffering like that. Banasura, his faults.
No, see, the two reasons are exclusively in the relationship with Krishna only. To increase his pleasure and enthusiasm. And second is to show his supremacy. And this Bana is his devotee. So he has to learn lesson in a bitter way. Laton ka bhoot hai wo. So like that it is. So he's fighting in one sense because he's a devotee, pure devotee, Lord Shiva. So he's fighting for Lord's sake only. To show two glories of the Lord. Or not glory, you can say. One glory and one his reciprocation. He wants to increase Krishna's enthusiasm, etc. The last line of the purport says, Yogmaya's job is to make fine arrangements for the Lord's pastimes, and thus Shiva became enthusiastic to battle the Supreme Lord Krishna. Seventh. Asit sutumulam yuddham adbhutam romaharshanam Krishna Shankarayo Rajan Pradyumna Guhayorapi. A most astonishing, tumultuous, and hair-raising battle then commenced, with Lord Krishna matched against Lord Shankar and Pradyumna against Kartikeya. The tumulo word is there, as it comes in Bhagavad Gita, but that in English becomes tumultuous, more or less similar spelling. Sound. 8th. Kumbhandakupakarnabhyam balena saha samyugaha Sambasya Banaputrena Banena Sahasatyake. Lord Balram fought with Kumbhanda and Kupakarna, Samba with Bana's son, and Satyaki with Bana. So in Jiva Goswami's Gopal Champu says Kumbhanda because his Andakosh was like Kumbha, like a huge pot. And Kupakarna because his ears were like a huge well. Like that, well, like a well. So these two fought, means Lord Balram fought with these two. Samba with Bana's son. His name is not mentioned. And Satyaki with Bana. Satyaki learned archery from Arjun. When after Subhadra got married, he stayed there for some time. Other Kurus, other Yadavas left, but Krishna and Satyaki remained. And Satyaki meanwhile learned archery from Arjun. So Satyaki fought with Banasur. 9th. Brahmadayah Suradhisha Munayah Siddhacharanaha Gandharvapsaraso Yaksha Vimanairudrashtum Agaman. Brahma and the other ruling demigods, along with Siddhas, Charanas, and great sages, as well as Gandharvas, Apsaras, and Yakshas, all came in their celestial airplanes to watch. Jai. They like shows like this. Keep watching. 10th, 11th. Shankar Anucharan Shaurir Bhuta Pramata Guyyakan डाकिनीर्यातु धानांश्च वेतालान् सविनायकान् प्रेतमातृपिशाश्चांश्च कुष्माण्डान् ब्रह्मराक्षसान् द्रावयाम् आस तीक्ष्णाग्रैः शरैः शारङ्गधनुश्शुतैः. With sharp pointed arrows discharged from his bow, Sharanga. I don't know how to pronounce this. Somehow it is Saranga, it is said, but RA is not there. Saranga. Directly R and an N and at top. But okay, Saranga. In simple language, Saranga. With sharp pointed arrows discharged from his bow, Saranga, Lord Krishna drove away the various followers of Lord Shiva. Bhutas, Pramatas, Guhyakas, Dakinis, Yatudhanas, Vetalas, Vinayakas, Pretas, Matas, Pishachas, Pushpandas, and Brahma Rakshasas. Names also, if you read only, you can feel the difference. How horrible creatures they must be. 12th. पृथक विधानि प्रायुङ्क्त पीणाकी अस्त्राणि शारिङ्गणे प्रत्यस्त्रैः शमयाम् आस शारङ्गपाणिरविस्मितः. Lord Shiva, wielder of the trident, shot various weapons at Lord Krishna, wielder of Saranga. But Lord Krishna was not in the least perplexed. He neutralized all these weapons with appropriate counter weapons. 13. Brahmastrasya cha brahmastram वायव्यस्य च पार्वतम् आग्नेयस्य च पार्जन्यम् नैजं पाशुपतस्य च. Lord Krishna counteracted a Brahmastra with another Brahmastra, a wind weapon with a mountain weapon, a fire weapon with a rain weapon, and Lord Shiva's personal Pashupatastra weapon with his own personal weapon, the Narayanastra. In commentary, Chakravarti says, the counteracting of Shiva's weapons is described in this verse. One Brahmastra was countered with another Brahmastra. The verb released is understood from the previous verse. Krishna countered the Pashupatastra weapon with his own weapon, Naijam, the Narayanastra. Niji, personal, Naijam, his own, the Narayanastra. 14th. Mohayitva tu girisham जृम्भणास्त्रेण जृम्भितं बाणस्य पृतनां शौरीर् जघानासि गदेषुभिः. After bewildering Lord Shiva by making him yawn with a yawning weapon, Lord Krishna proceeded to strike down Banasu's army with his sword, club, and arrows. 15th. Skandaha pradyumna banogur. Like minute. Skandaha pradyumna banogher अर्द्यमानः समन्ततः अश्रुग्विमुच्छन् गात्रेभ्यः शिखीनापाक्रमद्रणात्. Lord Kartikeya was distressed by the flood of Pradyumna's arrows raining down from all sides, and thus he fled the battlefield on his peacock as blood poured from his limbs. In commentary, Chakravarti says Kartikeya Skanda left the battlefield on his peacock carrier Shikhina Mayurena Saha. So what happened? Pradyumna is bluish only in complexion. Jiva Goswami writes in Sri Gopal Champu. So seeing him, the peacock thought that this is monsoon cloud, like that. Peacock of Kartikeya. He's sitting on Kartikeya is sitting on peacock. The peacock got bewildered, saying that this is monsoon cloud. So he got attracted. He came closing, Mayurgati. He came close, and then he understood, this is not monsoon cloud. This is dangerous cloud, raining so many years. So then he ran away. But anyway, his carrier, his master, he was also defeated. So Kartikeya ran away. 16th. Kumbhandakupakarnascha Petaturmushalarditau Dudrustad Nikani Anikani. Dudruvastad anikani hatanathani sarvatah. Kumbhanda and Kupakarna, tormented by Lord Balram's club, fell down dead. When the soldiers of these two demons saw that their leaders had been killed, they scattered in all directions. Shri Balram ji ki jai. So Balram ji has killed many other, some 8 other demons also, who are not so famous in Vrindavan, Leela, etc. Vrindavan anyway, our Pralamba and our means ours only, Pralamba and Dhenukasur. But then these two, Kumbhanda, Kupakarna, also Kanka, who killed Kamsa's brother? Krishna only killed all 8. Kanka included. But at least, huh? No, Kamsa's brother, Kanka and 8 others. There, that problem is not there, no? There? Okay, no problem. But then otherwise, this Roma Harshan, but he was not demon. And then apart from that, Balwal, Divid, Rukmi, okay, chalo, Rukmi he killed. Then that way Roma Harshan also he killed. Then some others also he has killed. Some 8 demons he has killed. Then there that is okay. They are the most important big ones. But if you read whole Krishna Bhagavatam, then you'll come to know. Many others also he killed. 16th or 17th. Vishiryamanam swabalam društva बाणोत्यमर्षितः कृष्णम अभ्यद्रवत् संख्ये रथि हित्वैव सात्यकिम्. Banasur was furious to see his entire military force being torn apart. Leaving his fight with Satyaki, he charged across the battlefield on his chariot and attacked Lord Krishna. Banasur was fighting with Satyaki, but he left it because he was concerned that whole army is meanwhile getting tormented or torn apart. 18th. Dhanunkshakrusha yukpada बाणः पंचशतानि वै एकैकस्मिन् शरौ द्वौ द्वौ सन्दधे रणदुर्मदः. Excited to a frenzy by the fighting, Bana simultaneously pulled taut all the strings of his 500 bows and fixed 2 arrows on each string. So he has 1000 arms. So in left, you can say, left 500 arms he held, 500 bows, and with his 500 right hands, each hand having 2 arrows. So he put 1000 arrows. But the problem here is 500 bows and 1000 arrows. So that is not acceptable. So Krishna broke his bow and made 1000 bows. Match. Because this is impractical, so he made it practical. 1000 bows. But anyway, that is broken bow. It's useless. So this is 19th. Tani chicheda bhagavan dhanumshi yugapadha hari sarathim ratham atva shankham apurayat. Lord Shri Hari split every one of Banasura's bows simultaneously and also struck down his chariot and horses. The Lord then sounded his conch shell. What I am telling is from Sri Gopal Champu. There our Jiva Goswami adds rasa in the war. Use the mic. Conch shell. In one sense, but not yet. I don't know exactly reason because no Acharya has mentioned that. I don't know whether it became evening. It seemed the war went on for a long time. So if sunset happens, then they would blow the conch, end of the thing. And as such, when they are defeated another party, they also could blow the conch. And I don't know whether anybody knows if any victory, a big successful victory, though the war is not over, are they allowed to blow the conch? Like here is a victory, na? Krishna split his 500 bows into pieces. In the beginning, sunrise, the war begins, they have to blow the conch. Sunset, the war ends, they have to blow the conch. That is true. Yeah, if they get recess in between, if they are free little bit. Auspiciousness. Shattered. The heart shattered means terrified. Not that heart attack and heart splitting. Not that kind of. Hridayani vedarayat. Whether you should not take like it split off into two places. Not like that. They were like, what is that? Nobody died by that. They understood it's like, we'll be defeated. Shrunga. Yeah, no, that is okay. But in the war, he has an important role. Not here. I'm talking there. There he is driving the chariot of Arjun. He's quite busy there. Lot of other services, the taking the horses out of the yoke and then feeding them water and brushing them, bathing them. He has a lot of other services. Here, acharyas have not commented, so no idea. 20th. Tanmata kotara nama nagna mukta shiroruha puro avatasthe krishnasya putra pranari rakshaya. Just then Banasu's mother Kotara, desiring to save her son's life, appeared before Lord Krishna naked and with her hair undone. Undone means not done properly. In commentary, Chakravarti writes, Bana's mother Kotara, sometimes called Kotri, is a form of Parvati worshipped by the demons. She appeared naked before Krishna with a desire to save her son, Rakshaya. Kotavi is also, I think Sanatana Goswami, somebody says Kotavi also. So some Parvati only, some form. Jiva Goswami also said, no? Kotavi. And somewhere, I don't know whether Acharyas have mentioned something like his mother is word is used. No? Whether his Bana had, Bali had some wife, name code. Because that is there. So many interpretations are there. Harivamshi is saying that because he performed sacrifices, austerity for Shiva, so Shiva became pleased, so Shiva became his father. So Parvati became mother, like that. So Kotara is expansion of Parvati. So his mother. Did Bali have any wife named Kotara, Kotri, Kotvi? Never. Sure, no? That is there. Yes. Shiva requested Parvati that save him. So she came quickly. So since Parvati only, one expansion, Kotara. 21. Tatastiryang mukho nagnam anirikshan gadagrajaha banascha tavad virathash chinnadhanva vishatpuram. Lord Gadagraja turned his face away to avoid seeing the naked woman, and Banasur, deprived of his chariot, his bow shattered, took the opportunity to flee into his city. 21st. Chakratipa says Bana fled into his city while Krishna was turning his face away to avoid seeing a naked woman. So it is said that seeing a naked woman is a sin. So Krishna did not want to be sinful. So he turned his face away. Anyway, Bana took the opportunity to fled from to flee from there. Vidravite bhutagane jvarastu trishirastripat abhyadhavadasharham dahanimva dishodasha. After Lord Shiva's followers had been driven away, the Shiva Jwar, who had 3 heads and 3 feet, pressed forward to attack Lord Krishna. As the Shiva Jwar approached, he seemed to burn everything in the 10 directions. Chakratipa writes, Shiva Jwar ran towards Krishna to fight. The form of Shiva Jwar is described in the following verse. Jwaras tri padas tri shiraha sad bhujo Navalochanaha Bhasma Praharano Raudraha Kalantaka Yamopahaha. The terrible Shivajwar had 3 legs, 3 heads, 6 arms, and 9 eyes. Showering ashes, he resembled Yamraj at the time of universal annihilation. Very peculiar. 3 legs. Means 4 legs and all we can understand some symmetry. 3 heads also. 9 eyes. Yeah. 9 eyes. Acha, on each face 3, huh? Because Shiva is kind of 3 9. Okay. Okay. 23rd. अथ नारायणः देवः तं दृष्ट्वा व्यसृजज्वरम् माहेश्वरो वैष्णवश्च युयुधाते ज्वरौ उभौ. Seeing this personified weapon approach, Lord Narayan then released his own personified fever weapon, the Vishnu Jwara. The Shiva Jwara and Vishnu Jwara thus battled each other. Krishna sent forth the cold fever weapon. So fever Jwara means generally tap, you know, what do you call? Temperature. But this is temperature is low. Cold fever. Cold fever during death, cold, that is called cold fever. Jwara, that this thing. What is that? Puranjan story. Prajwar also is a thing word there. So Vishnu Jwara is cold. 24th. Maheshwaraha samakrandan Vaishnavena balarditaha alabdhva bhayamanyatra Bhito Maheshwaro Jwaraha Sharanarthi Rishikesham Tushtao Prayatanjalihi. The Shiva Jwar, overwhelmed by the strength of the Vishnu Jwar, cried out in pain. But finding no refuge, the frightened Shiva Jwar approached Lord Krishna, the master of the senses, hoping to attain his shelter. Thus, with joined palms, he began to praise the Lord. As pointed out by Srila Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur, it is significant that the Shiva Jwar had to leave the side of his master, Lord Shiva, and directly take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna. In commentary, it says the Shiva Jwar, fever weapon, cried out Samakrandan in pain. He could not find relief even after going to his own master Shiva. Then he left Lord Shiva's side and directly took shelter of Sri Krishna. Greatly frightened, Bhita, Shivajwar fell to the ground to offer his respects to Krishna and folding his hands praised the Lord with devotion. Continue. So now philosophical section. After romantic beginning of Usha and Aniruddha, here now prayers and romance, then what, Bibhatsa, and then philosophy, whatever the Ratrasa. Jwara Uvacha. Yeah. This Shivajwar, Vishnujar, they have. Ashupadastra we don't hear speaking, but this one is speaking. Some of them must be like that. Jvara Uvacha Namami Twananta Shaktim Paresham Sarvatmanam Kevalam Gyapti Matram Vishwotpattisthana Sambrodha Hetum Yattad Brahma Brahma Lingam Prashantam. The Shivajwar said, I bow down to you of unlimited potencies, the Supreme Lord, the Super Soul of all beings. You possess pure and complete consciousness and are the cause of cosmic creation, maintenance, and dissolution. Perfectly peaceful, you are the absolute truth to whom the Vedas indirectly refer. How they have so much knowledge. I'm not sure whether I was supposed to read the entire purport. At least one part is there. Here, at least Chakravarti Path's comment will anyway read. 25th. Shivajwar said, "You have unlimited powers, Ananta Shakti. I have understood that your powers are greater than even those of Shiva, my master." Shivajwar then explains how this is true. Shiva is a controller, but you are the supreme controller, Paresha. You are the super soul of every living entity, Sarvatmanam, including Lord Shiva. You are composed of pure spiritual consciousness, Kevalam Gyapti Matram, without any mixture of material Maya. But my master Shiva is mixed with Maya. So in Krishna, no Maya, but Shiva is mixed with Maya. You are the creator, maintainer, and destroyer. Vishwa Utpatti Sthana Samrodha Hetum. Whereas my master Shiva is only the destroyer. Krishna, that God, generator, operator, and destroyer. But Shiva only destroyer. You are indicated by the Vedas, and thus you are called Brahma, Lingam. Whereas Shiva is represented merely the sounds such as dentals and gutturals. You are the perfectly peaceful Brahman, Prashantam Brahman, whereas Shiva is the ferocious Brahman, Ugra Brahma. This anybody knows? The sounds, dentals, gutturals. Is dentals means with teeth, gutturals means from throat. Throat, no? So this is Shiva is represented by these sounds, but Krishna by Brahmalingam. What is Brahmalingam? Others are also there, no? Apart from these gutturals and dentals. So which are the other three?
Palatals. Palatals.
Murni means palatal. Huh? Palate, what they call palate?
Palatals means touching up. Gutturals means throat.
Palate. Then Dantav is covered, no, already. Aushtya, huh? In English? Oshta. In English? No, lips, that is normal. Here. Alankaric word will be there. Anyway, fifth one.
I think labial and cerebral.
Cerebral means? This one?
Cerebral means tongue turning up and twisting back.
Acha. Which word is pronounced like that?
Cerebral.
No, but alphabet. Which alphabet?
Krishna. Rana.
Yaralavaksha. They're all cerebral. Okay. So what is this Brahma Lingam? Krishna is represented by Vedas, and thus you are called Brahma Lingam. We don't know. All words maybe. Okay, here he says previously the Shivajwar felt himself to be unlimitedly powerful and thus attempted to burn Sri Krishna. But now he himself has been burnt, and understanding that Sri Krishna is the Supreme Lord, he humbly approaches to bow down and offer praise to the Absolute Truth. According to the Acharyas, the word Sarvatmanam indicates that Lord Sri Krishna is Super Soul, the giver of consciousness to all living beings. Krishna confirms this in Bhagavad Gita 15:15, Matta Smritir Jnanam Apohanam Cha. From me come remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. In his commentary, Srila Vishnu Chakra Thakur emphasizes that Shivajwar has realized in many ways Lord Krishna's supremacy over his own master, Lord Shiva. Thus, the Shivajwar addresses Krishna as Ananta Shakti, possessor of unlimited potency, Paresha, the supreme controller, and Sarvatma, the super soul of all beings, even of Lord Shiva. The words Kevalam Gyapti Matram indicate that Lord Krishna possesses pure omniscience. According to our limited understanding, we act in this world, but Lord Krishna, with his unlimited understanding, performs infinite works of creation, maintenance, and annihilation. As Srila Jiva Goswami points out, even the functions of the gross elements such as air depend on him. The Taittiriya Upanishad 281 confirms this. Bhishasmad Vatah Pavate. Out of fear of him, the wind blows. Thus, Lord Shri Krishna is the ultimate object of worship for all living beings. 26th. Kalo Daivam Karma Jiva Swabhavo Dravyam Kshetram Prada Atma Vikaraha Tatsanghato Bijaroha Pravahas त्वन्मायैषा तन्निषेधं प्रपद्ये. Time, fate, karma, the jiva and his propensities, the subtle material elements, the material body, the life air, false ego, the various senses, and the totality of these are reflected in the living being's subtle body. All this constitutes your material energy, material illusory energy, Maya, an endless cycle like that of seed and plant. I take shelter of you, the negation of this Maya. In the purport, it says that body is the seed, bija, of the future material existence. And then the tree will come in the form of body, next body, and then bija, and that continues, repetition of birth and death. Material life is a chain of actions and reactions. Yeah, but we'll read. Chakrodipas. Huh? No, I wish to read. I'll take rest. Shivajwar elaborated on Krishna being pure, concentrated spiritual consciousness. Sarvatmanam kevalam gyapti matram. First, the objects excluded by the word only, kevalam, are enumerated. Time, kala, is the agitator. Action, karma, is the immediate subtle cause. And that which brings about the visible results is called destiny, daiva. Propensities, swabhava, are the subtle traces, samskara, of karma, which one carry from one body to the next. The jiva is the individual living entity who possesses this karma. Dravyam refers to the subtle forms of the elements. Affair, sutra. Atma is the false ego. Generated from the body, bija, produces another body, roha. So action is bija, and that will produce roha, another body. This continuous flow, pravaha, is your maya. Though the living entity is different from maya, because of being controlled by maya, he is enamored by it. In summary, the phrase bija roha pravaha means that the conditioned soul accepts a material body in order to enjoy the material world. The body is the seed, bija, of his future material existence, because when a person acts with the body, he creates future further reactions, karma, which grow, roha, into the obligation to accept another material body. In other words, material life is a chain of actions and reactions. Therefore, I take shelter of you, the limit of negation. Your body and senses, tan nishedhan, are not different from your pure spiritual existence and are not Maya. 27th. Nana bhaver leelayaivopanner devan sadhun lokasetun bibharshi hamsyun margan himsaya vartamanan janmaitate bharharaya bhumehe. With various intentions, you perform pastimes to maintain the demigods, the saintly persons, and the courts of religion for this world. By these pastimes, you also kill those who stray from the right path and live by violence. Indeed, your present incarnation is meant to relieve the earth's burden. Chakravarti says, Krishna may object, but if I am like this, then why is there seen in me the material qualities of attachment and hatred revealed by my showing favor? Shivajor responds, you desire, let me protect the devotees who are favorable to me and kill the demons who are inimical to my devotees. You accept such intentions out of affection for your devotees. In your pastimes, you protect the demigods such as Indra, the devotees and saintly persons who act as the shelter for the people of the world, Lokasetun, Lokashraya Bhutan, and you destroy those who transgress the path of religion. Therefore, your liking and disliking, being aspects of your quality of affection for your devotees, are not products of Maya. Thus, I have understood that you have appeared to relieve the burden of the earth, who is your exalted, who is earth, who is your exalted devotee. So Krishna's behavior is not partial, or what you call it. It's not attachment and hatred. The devotees are shelter for the people of the world, and for them Krishna is the shelter. So Krishna protects them. Yes.
See, means many such prayers, like when Krishna wants to save the devotee. Now here in this case, Banasur has captured the Aniruddha. Captured Aniruddha. Yeah? And Lord Krishna, Yadus, they did not find him in the palace, and Narada told that he is there, captured by him. Now he comes to kill Banasura.
Not necessarily kill. Basically,
the fight.
Usha and Aniruddha have to get married, and Aniruddha should be rescued.
No negotiation here, directly fight. Means no talk, why you have done, why not done. Means
No, first he is wrong. No, he has captured.
But he also went there.
Oh,
Aniruddha.
So what could be done that when Krishna attacks, beforehand only Banasur can come and say, no, sorry, O Lord,
I'm asking who
here
is
is your
who
son.
is the devotee whom Krishna wants to protect here?
Earth in one, in general, and in specific Aniruddha.
Aniruddha.
And because he likes her, so they both get married, should get married also.
So means we are seeing many roles here happening, like Lord is enacting pastime of Lord Shiva defeating, and Banasur getting killed. He's an evil demon. Like that means so many purposes.
Banasur was not killed. His only hands were chopped off.
Means okay.
He will not be killed.
The
Lord has promised, no, that I will not kill anybody in the
Lord
family
says,
of
na, that
Prahlad.
like, okay. So Lord Shiva says, you will be, means okay.
No, that his pride will be smashed, not that he will be killed. Not that. You wait for the pastime to get over. Everything will be clear. 28. Taptoham te tejasa dussahena shantogrena tyubalpena jwarena tavat tapo dehinam te angrimulam no severan yavad ashanubadha. I am tortured by the fierce power of your terrible fever weapon, which is cold yet burning. All embodied souls must suffer as long as they remain bound to material ambitions and thus averse to serving your feet. Chakravarti says, Shivajwar said, I cannot praise you any longer because the weapon sent by you is tormenting me with both cold and burning. Someone may say, it is fitting that you suffer since you cause suffering to others. He answers, those who do not surrender to your feet deserve to suffer, but now I have become your devotee. Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. So he has declared that I am your devotee through his sharanagati, surrender. 29th. Shri Bhagavan uvacha trishiraste prasannosmi vyetu te majvarad bhayam yo nau smarati samvadam tasya tvanna bhaved bhayam. The Supreme Lord said, O three-headed one, I am pleased with you. May your fear of my fever weapon be dispelled, and may whoever remembers our conversation here have no reason to fear you. So we should hear this conversation. Purport. Here the Lord accepts the Shivajwar as his devotee and gives him his first order that he should never frighten by hot fever those who faithfully hear this pastime of the Lord's. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam raja aham tvam sarvapapebhyo mokshayishyami ma shucha. So there is no fear for one who surrenders to Krishna. So when we hear Krishna's pastimes, then also we are relieved of fear. He is saying Narayan, which jwar you said? Shivajwar first, huh? That is Narayan fever. What you call Narayan Astra. That is cold fever. Shivajwar is hot. This also comes at the end. Huh? What? Okay, so we'll go there. 29th commentary says, Sri Krishna said, he who remembers this conversation between you and me will have no fear of you. Krishna says this rather than ordering Shivajwar. Do not give him fever at all. Thus, the statement means even when sometimes fever may come to one who has heard this conversation, still it will not create fear in him. It will be insignificant for him. What do you mean, you say? No, but is this the fever which comes high like 107 degree at the time of death?
Purandan section there it's mentioned that it's
Prajvara.
Prajvara is mentioned.
Prajvara is super hot.
It's cold.
100 and
Suddenly,
cold, huh?
It takes off all the temperature. One becomes cold. It increases.
After the soul leaves body, then the body cools down, or just before soul leaves the body?
It starts feeling cold from feet.
Complete cold.
Yes.
And then the soul leaves. So that is Shivajwar or Narayanjwar. And there the word is Prajwar anyway. Okay, anyway, Samarpan Gopru and you all do research. And tomorrow or some other time you tell us. Fear will not be there for a devotee who surrenders. Because those who hear this conversation, they will have no reason to fear this. Fever will come, but fear will not come. That's what I said, Ma Shuchaha. Do not fear. Anybody who surrenders to Krishna, anybody who hear this pastime is what? He surrendered to Krishna. So for him, fear will not be there. As such, everywhere he is only giving. No? Shastras, he is coming from him only. Yeah, from his own mouth. Yes. 30th. Ityukto achyutamanasya gato maheshwaro jwaraha बाणस्तु रथमारूढ़ः प्रागाद्योत्स्यन् janardanam. Thus addressed, the Maheshwar Jwar bowed down to the infallible Lord and went away. But Banasur then appeared, riding forth on his chariot to fight Lord Krishna. Chakravartipad writes, Bana, who was intending to fight Yotsyan, then mounted his chariot and approached Janardana. 31st. Tato bahu sahasrena नानायुधधरो असुरः मुमोच परमक्रुद्धो बाणांश्चक्रायुधे नृप. Carrying numerous weapons in his 1,000 hands, O king, the terribly infuriated demon shot many arrows at Lord Krishna, the carrier of the disc weapon. 32nd. Tasyasyato astrani Tasyastostraणी sakrit chakrena kshuranемina chicheda bhagavan bahun shakhaiva vanaspatihe. As Bana continued hurling weapons at him, the Supreme Lord began using his razor-sharp chakra to cut off Banasur's arms as if they were tree branches. 33rd. Bahushu chidyamaneshu Banasya Bhagavan Bhavaha Bhaktan Anukampi Upavrajya Chakrayudham Abhashata. Lord Shiva felt compassion for his devotee Banasur, whose arms were being cut off, and thus he approached Lord Chakrayudha, Krishna, and spoke to him as follows. Balramji's name is Halayudha. That is his ayudh, weapon. Our Haldar Swami Maharaj name earlier was Haldar Prabhu, Halayudha Prabhu. And Krishna is Chakrayudha. Chakrayudha, Halayudha. 33rd. Chakravartipad says, but it may be questioned, should not Shiva be ashamed to come forward and praise that person with whom he had fought? No, because Shiva is Bhagavan, omniscient. He knew that it was not at all astonishing to be bewildered by the Maya of Krishna, who was superior to himself as well as Brahma and all others. Therefore, why should he be embarrassed in front of his Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself? So whatever that Yogamaya acted, or he purposefully fought on behalf of Banasur because he wanted to extol the glories of the Lord. Whatever it is, now the show is kind of over, so he is coming in front. He wants to save his devotee. He is compassionate, and there is no what you call hesitation in coming in front of the Lord because he was never against the Lord. Though apparently it may appear like that. Hey, what is this you fought against now? Now you are coming. No, it is not like that. He never fought for his sake. He just wanted to glorify the Lord. So there is no embarrassment.
Bana still want to fight, and
Yeah, Bana wants to fight, but then he came also, no? But his hands are getting chopped off. Now what I mean, just little more and then he will be handless fellow only. And death only. Though it will not happen because Lord has promised Prahlad Maharaj, but apparently.
But he is not becoming humble.
No. But he will become afterwards. His master surrenders, he will also surrender.
Shiva is so kind.
Yes. Shiva is kind. He's saying still 1 hour is remaining. No? Means I heard like that. It's just 1 o'clock. He's saying 1 more hour is there for two. Don't end, he's saying. Achha, 2 o'clock we should end, na? So 1 hour is remaining. Okay. Any question? Just online. Any devotee has any question or offline? We are ending. We have one agenda to discuss before we end. But any question?
No, Prabhuji, not at all.
No. Okay. Prajwar, okay. What is Prajwar? Read it out.
Yes.
Read it.
According to Vedic system, this is 4:28:12. 4th canto, 28th chapter, 12th verse. According to Vedic system, a dead body is set on fire. But before death, there is another fire or fever, which is called Prajvara or Vishnu Jvara.
Vishnu Jvara, okay.
Medical science verifies that when one's temperature is raised to 107 degrees, man immediately dies. This Prajvara or higher fever at the last stage of life places the living entity in the midst of blazing fire.
Okay, so it is high fever there, 107 degree. Very hot. So that is Vishnu Jwar, called Prajwar. But here it is cold fever.
Cold fever.
It can act because it's after all Lord's weapon. It can act cold, hot, whatever as per the need. So for human beings, it acts as high fever, 107 degree. But here it is acting as cold fever because Shiva Jwar is hot in temperature. Give him the mic. Take the mic. Others can also hear.
10 types of life airs are there. So one life air remains to make the body that heavy and cool like that.
Okay.
That other day he was telling na, our Anand Balaram Prabhu, the function.
But he said all go, no? All airs go, no?
So that's what he said. But this is Krishnanam Maharaj was explaining 10 types of life air.
So 9 airs live with the soul.
So he said that how it becomes heavy and cool because of this Vayu makes it like that, he said.
One Vayu.
Second
Out of the 10, one remains. Makes it cold, then it leaves, or that we don't know. Okay, anyway. Okay, so we end here, Prabhus and Matajis. Before we end, just before tomorrow, here in NVCC temple, we have Brahmachari class between 11 to 12 by His Holiness Swayam Bhagwan Keshav Maharaj. So all Brahmacharis are desirous to attend that, whether offline or online. So we thought we want your whatever response that after the class gets over, 15 minutes gap, then we'll begin and we'll go on for 1.5 hours. And then we'll take half an hour break because here some devotees take 3 times prasad, in a sense afternoon they take. And after half an hour again we'll have 1.5 hours. Is that agreeable to you all? Means something like 12:15 to 1:45, then 2:15 to 2:30 to 4 around. And also our long plan is by Thursday only we end the whole thing, so that Friday, which is Ekadashi, we are set free to chant more rounds, and we day at all. So
Prabhuji, we agree with you.
tomorrow little longer. Is that okay with you all?
We agree with you.
Huh?
We agree with you.
Agree. You agree, but what about others?
Agree,
Prabhuji,
agree, Prabhu, agree.
Agree. No, nobody disagrees.
Prabhuji, myself, we have 2 to 3 one classes there. Can I start by 3 then later?
Yeah. You can join Mataji as per your convenience. Anyway, we'll have a break. Yeah.
Rest at 2 will be starting
So
again.
2:30 we will begin, na? We decided. So you join at 3 o'clock, Mataji. No issue.
Prabhuji, that online class we can attend of Maharaj.
That we need to ask our manager. If they allow, you can. I allow all my classes to be heard by everyone, Mataji's, Prabhuji's, everyone. But Maharaj thing,
That we can also hear from 11 to 12. Some
Maharaj
link.
also hopefully will not have problem. We will talk to our this Prabhu, manager Prabhu. He will ask Maharaj beforehand, and we will inform you. One of our coordinator will inform you.
Yes, Arjuneshwar Prabhu might.
Arjuneshwar will inform you the Zoom ID, etc. Because anyway, many brahmacharis attend online also.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Tomorrow we may not reach Vrindavan because Nruga is there. Na? Okay, Nruga is in Dwarka only. 2 chapters are remaining. Nruga is there na? In between. Last chapter is Balramji going to Vrindavan. So tomorrow we'll not go to Balram, to Vrindavan, but we'll be in Dwarka. Ekadashi and then Thursday. So tomorrow we'll try to cover Nruga also, hopefully. If not, Thursday we'll end everything, mostly. Yes. No, I did not get it. Yeah, if possible. Earlier plan was also, I was thinking maximum 1 to 2 hours on Ekadashi, if at all syllabus remains. But now if we little bit extend tomorrow or whatever, then no issue. Then Friday can be completely set free. We'll see how it goes. ठीक है? ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, समवेत गौर भक्तवृंद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदी।
Hare Krishna. So tomorrow 12:15 to 1:30, 1:45, and then 2:30 to 4 o'clock. I will message all the devotees. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, your message.
You have to message them. Huh? Tomorrow what? Not so much as such. That depends on किधर आज तो उल्टा ज्यादा होगा, कल तो 1 ही घंटा मारा तेरे।